Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tilted Table. Thank you all for bearing with us as we get everything set up for the stream. AKA, it's Steve's fault, as always.
Hi, Steve.
Quick introductions. My name is Jordan, AKA Axel Hellfire.
I'm Sam, aka DJ Fluffkin.
And tonight, we are playing the Daedalus Sentence.
Ooh.
This is a very, very interesting board game that I backed on Kickstarter like 2 years ago, published by Eagle Griffin Games, and it is one of the largest games, one of the largest boxes I have ever seen for a board game. I'm actually going to grab it here real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's that big. It's a whole Sam, basically.
It's this way.
Yeah.
This way. There we go.
I mean, I don't care if they see it face up.
We're good.
Yeah, it's a whole Sam. Sam is just the box for the rest of the stream.
Box room.
So the Daedalus Sentence is a game where each of us are human prisoners who have been captured by an alien race called the Locte that conquered Earth.
Ooh.
And they've been sending prisoners to a bunch of different prisoners. Hey, Twist Gaming, thank you for the host. And Crit Camp, I saw that host earlier. Thank you so much. And Guilty Cosplay. You're all amazing. And so in this game, the Locte have an infamous prison that they've called the Hive. It's meant to be their most secure prison, and they've taken prisoners there to perform genetic experiments on them, taking out some of their organs and then doing stuff like that. And a bunch of the prisoners have been dying as a result. So in the center of the prison, they've created these regenerative cells where they can keep the few remaining players alive and have them regenerate organs so they can keep just taking organs out for their experiments. Fortunately for us, the human prisoners, we have essentially the station has been hit by a rogue asteroid. Nice. And that caused a temporary glitch in the AI and unlocked our cells. And so what we are going to try and do as a group is escape the prison. And we've managed to get a hold of one thing that will help us, which is called the Theseus, which is the board that you'll see over below us on the right side of the screen. And the Theseus is basically a tool that taps into the AI of the station to understand how the station is going to move and how the guard rotations are going to move on their patrols. Because as you'll notice, the board here is made of concentric circles.
Okay.
And each of those individual rings will rotate independently throughout the game in manners that are determined by the Theseus. And our job is to explore each ring, trying to find a gate that unlocks and sends us out to the next ring until we finally get to the outer ring and find the escape hatch and all escape. That is how we win. We can lose if, in one of two ways. One of which is if any of us gets captured twice, we automatically lose. You can get captured once, and then your friends can free you, and you can keep trying to escape. But if you get captured a second time, you simply run out of time and you lose. The second one is if all players are captured at the same time, then the game is immediately lost because there's no one to free the people that have been captured. Otherwise, if all of our players can make it to the escape hatch together without being captured twice, then we win.
Nice.
That's pretty much it. So the game itself takes place in 3 phases. The first phase is where we essentially just update Theseus by adding new cards if there are gaps, and then we look at what Theseus is going to do and kind of plan out our actions. The second phase is the action phase, where we all take simultaneous actions as players. So we don't have to do them in order. We can do them in whatever order makes sense for us. We can do them at the same time. We'll kind of spell things out a little bit so you all can follow along. And you'll note here that while there are 2 of us here, we do have a third character in place. So one of those characters will be the chat's character. If you ever want to chime in and give us input in what you want that character to do, definitely do that, and we'll help you along with that as well. And then the third phase is the hive prison action phase, where the rings rotate and the guards go on their patrols, as indicated by Theseus.
Nice.
Right? So that's pretty much it. We'll explain a few more things as we go, but I just want to talk about a few of the main player actions, sort of the general actions. The first thing that you can do, the first thing you need to know is every player has 5 actions on a turn. So we have some cubes here that we're going to use to keep count of it. They're just some clear cubes, and everybody has 5 of them. And so you have basically these 5 action tokens that you can spend to do stuff during a turn. Actually, I think it's, we had originally set up for 2 players. I think it's less than 5. It's 4. So we have 12 actions total as a team. And the actions that you can take are you can go ahead and discover an adjacent room, which just you grab it and flip it over. You can move into an adjacent already discovered room unless there is an enemy in it. If there's an enemy in a room, you cannot move in there, because anytime an enemy and a player occupies the same room, they're immediately captured.
No!
You basically have no defense against guards. Well, you have there are ways to kill them, but you don't have defense on their turn when they're moving.
Gotcha.
You have to take care of them on your turn. The next thing you can do is, if 2 players are in the same tile, then for 1 action you can pass one of your cards to one of the other players.
Nice.
And you can do that as many times as you have actions. You can eliminate adjacent guards, and there are 2 types of guards. There are these awesome Locte guards, and then there are these Locte scientists, which are these super badasses. Essentially, 3 Locte guards equals a Locte scientist. And we have these cards, which are, they're Minotaurs is what they are, the Minotaur guards. So we have these Minotaur cards. If you spend 1 Minotaur card from your hand, you can eliminate 1 Minotaur guard. If you have 3 Minotaur cards, you can eliminate 1 Locte scientist. And if you have a Locte scientist card, which I don't have one out to show you, it eliminates 1 Locte scientist or up to 3 Minotaurs that are in surrounding spaces.
Nice.
The next thing that you can do is, for 2 actions, you can draw a card. And then, and then there are a bunch of location-specific actions which we'll cover when we unveil those locations.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it for player actions. As far as the hive prison actions, if we can get a close-up of Theseus here real quick on the stream. So Theseus has a couple different things that happen here. You have 2 columns, or 2 rows, sorry, in 4 columns. And you'll notice at the top of the first column there is a red alert token. And the red alert token, red alert, haha. The red alert token moves across those columns as we unlock different rings of the board. So when we start the first turn, we're all in the first ring, and we haven't unlocked the second ring, so we only have the first column activated. As we expand out, more and more columns will get activated, which means more and more actions will take place during the hive's turn. Now, the 2 rows have a meaning. The first row is what indicates the rotation of the rings, and the second row is what indicates the rotation of the guard patrols. And there are 3 things to note on those cards. There is the color, which indicates which ring of the board it happens in: blue, red, yellow, or green. There is the number, which is how many spaces, which is sort of indicated by these indents in the board. So like that's 1 space going from hole to hole. And then there is a direction, clockwise or counterclockwise, indicated on those cards by the arrows around the numbers. So when we activate a rotation card, say that first one, it's saying we're going to take the blue ring and we're going to go counterclockwise 2 spaces with the ring, right?
Makes sense.
And then I believe the other one is a green 1 counterclockwise, right?
Down? Yeah.
Yeah.
Green 1 counterclockwise.
Yeah. So that would basically say all guards in the green ring will move 1 tile counterclockwise. Right?
Yep.
Now, if there are no guards in that ring, or that ring has not been discovered, then you don't do anything, because this is all dealt randomly, so literally it's like nothing happened, because it doesn't really affect the game at all. And that's pretty much all we need to know to get started. There's one more thing. So each of us have specific characters that have special abilities. So let's go ahead and talk about those real quick. Sam, why don't you tell us about your character?
Alright. Morrow is a stealth character. Morrow can move past guards, may also move on to undiscovered tiles. Guards that start or move onto the tile that Morrow is on will capture Morrow. Morrow may discover the tile that Morrow is standing on.
Great. So basically, all that means is that Morrow can ignore the sharing space with guards rule as long as he moves past them and doesn't end his turn on them, because then he would get captured.
Yep.
So I'm playing Audrey, the sprinter. Audrey may move up to 2 tiles for every action spent on a basic move, instead of 1 tile. If I elect to only use 1 tile with an action, I lose the other one, so I can't like bank it, do something else, and then move again. It says this ability cannot be used when passing through vents, which we'll talk about more when we discover a tile with a vent in it. And finally, chat, we have for you Clay the Brawler, which is this red character. And Clay is able to eliminate up to 3 Minotaurs in adjacent rooms with a single Minotaur card. So he is like our badass brute character. He can also eliminate a Loctite Scientist using only a single Minotaur.
And he has 2 Minotaur cards.
And it just so happens that the 2 starting cards, as Sam said, for Clay are 2 Minotaurs. I have a Minotaur and a yellow rotation card, and Sam has a blue rotation and a red rotation. Now, why we have cards...
Yes, Mr. Draco. That is
So,
your character.
yes, that is your character that you're going to play and decide where it goes. Exactly, Mr. Draco.
We shall name him Draco.
No worries, you're not too late, Mr. Draco. As usual, we were a little bit late getting started.
Sorry.
I feel like, should we just move the start time to 7:30?
Nope, because then we'll start at 8.
True story. Good call. So, yes, you guys will get to play Clay. Obviously, since it's a co-op game, we'll be discussing all the characters' moves, and you guys can provide input on all the characters, but our intention is that Clay, the red character, chat more or less has the final say on what they do. We'll explain what your options are and offer advice and talk it over because it is a co-op game, but you all in chat get to decide what we do, and if multiple people are giving differing opinions, we're going to give it to the first person that we see definitively say that they want to do something. And if that actually becomes a problem figuring out, we'll figure out a protocol, but I don't think it'll be an issue. So to get started, we're in the first phase, which is the sort of player planning and Theseus phase. So we know coming up that this board here on the hive phase is going to rotate 2 spaces, which doesn't super affect us much, except if there had been a Loctite Scientist in the Loctite spawning pool that was about to come out, and then we might get shifted into it by accident. But there aren't any Loctite Scientists yet, and they can only spawn through coming up on the Theseus board.
Yep.
And there aren't any coming up, so it's not going to be a big deal, because all of the cards that you see now will shift left as we use them. So we're basically only using the first column right now because we've only explored the first ring, but then those next 3 columns are what's coming for the next several turns. So we can kind of plan ahead. And then the second thing is guard rotation in the green ring. There won't be any guards there because we're not going to get there for many turns, so that card's just going to fizzle. So now we go to, so there's not really anything to plan, so let's just go ahead and start doing player actions. Good to know, Mr. Draco. Hey, Akiba, yeah, basically first come, first serve. You guys
can fight it out.
You guys can fight it out or, be cooperative because it's a cooperative game. So the first turn, as player actions, chat, you have 4 actions available to you. You have 2 Minotaur cards, which you could use to kill Minotaurs. But I think the first thing, just so we can start talking about the rooms, the first thing everyone's going to want to use an action on is to explore the room.
These mean?
I think that's an indication for like a specialty rule. I don't think it comes into play right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's a thing that you can add called data packets. So there are a bunch of difficulty enhancers to make the game more difficult, but we won't play with them right now.
Okay.
So I think, Mr. Draco, we'll go over the actions here really quick. I don't know how well you can see this, but so we have. Oh, can I get it to focus a little bit? Maybe no. Okay. So we have discovering an adjacent room, moving into an adjacent discovered room, passing a card to another player in the same location, eliminating an adjacent guard, or which costs 1. For you guys, it costs 1 Minotaur card eliminates 3 Minotaurs, or 1 Loctite Scientist. And a Loctite Scientist card can do yours only says Minotaur, so I'd assume Loctite Scientist cards operate as normal, which is 3 Minotaurs or 1 Loctite, because I think 9 would be insane.
Yeah.
Last thing that you can do generally is draw a card for 2 actions. And then there are a bunch of room-specific actions, which we'll talk about as we reveal them here. Okay, so unless somebody has an objection, I think the first thing that we should do is just spend 1 action each to reveal some rooms so we can talk about what those rooms might do.
Okay.
So we'll just do that, unless chat has an objection. We'll do Sam and mine first. Okay, so we've revealed here 2 special rooms. So let's see, what did we get? We got the research laboratory in front of Sam.
Woo!
And then we got, what is that, a control room, I think? No. Communications relay in front of me, right?
Yeah.
And so we'll talk about those 2 real quick. And chat has agreed that they want to do that. Great. So this is perfect. Chat has gotten a vent card, I believe.
Yeah, looks like a vent.
Yes. Ventilation duct. However, that one also has the Minotaur symbol on it, which means a Minotaur spawns. It's a good thing that you guys have the ability to kill Minotaurs. So, as we said before, you cannot move into a space that has a Minotaur, with the exception of Sam's movement ability that lets them pass by them stealthily. So, let's talk about these special rooms really quick. So the you had the research laboratory, right, Sam? Mm-hmm. So the one outside Sam's cell is a room where for 1 action you can draw 2 cards.
Score.
So at least one of these is in every ring, possibly more in some of the outer rings. But basically, that is the more efficient way to get cards. But you can still spend 2 actions to get a card if that's what you need to do, and it's like there's no research lab explored or nearby. I have the communications relay. So the communications relay allows me to manipulate the guard patrol in Theseus. So for 1 action, I can take a card from my hand and replace it with any card in the bottom row of Theseus. So if I didn't like something that was coming up, say a Minotaur card that would spawn more Minotaurs or something like that, I could say maybe take this yellow 2 rotation, which is way out here where I don't care about it. I could replace it in Theseus to basically make that happen. Finally, the ventilation ducts are, if you have a discovered room on the outside of the ventilation duct. Here, let me see if I can make that more visible for you. So if one of these 2 rooms here was discovered, meaning it was slipped over, then for 1 action you could crawl through the ventilation duct to that room instead of having to go through a gate. However, you can't explore rooms through the vent, and you can't go outside.
I can't, though, technically.
Wait, did you say you can?
You may move onto undiscovered tiles.
Yes.
Then I may discover the tile that I'm standing on.
I wonder if that works. I mean, that seems reasonable. Let me see if it has more details.
All right,
about
so
it.
I guess in going to that, if we look at our Theseus board right now, this turn, the blue ring is going to rotate clockwise twice, and the guard patrol is going to go counterclockwise once.
So I think, let me double check this. I don't think your ability works for that because there is a specific character whose power is that they can discover rooms through ventilation ducts. There are some rules for the ventilation duct that says the room must already be discovered. You cannot discover rooms through them. They are two-way, but you cannot use a ventilation duct to enter a ring to which no gate has opened. Unless you are this other character that we're not playing.
Okay.
Saving Throw Show, thank you for the host. Welcome everybody to the stream. We are playing the Daedalus Sentence, a co-op space prison escape game. We're just in the first turn, and if you are joining us, make sure to click through to come over to chat with us because chat is playing this red character right here, Clay the Brawler. So if you want a chance to come by and help us make decisions for that character, do it now. Okay, so let's talk about Clay's turn first, because Clay can't do anything until the Minotaur is taken care of. Now, you have 2 Minotaur cards, so chat, if you would like to spend a Minotaur card, you can go ahead and kill the Minotaur so that you can then, with your next action, move out onto that space. And that would prevent the Minotaur from possibly rotating into us in a later turn, though. In this case, we know that the guard rotation won't move. So you basically have to kill the guard because it's not going to move from that spot.
Why?
The board will rotate 2, like this, 1, 2, but the guard himself will not move from that tile.
Because we haven't discovered the room.
No, because we don't have a rotation for the blue ring coming up.
Oh, green ring.
Yes.
Got it.
So chat, if you would like to kill the Minotaur, then you would be able to do stuff later in the turn. Your other option really is just drawing cards if you didn't want to do that. For me, I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to move out. And then I'm going to spend an action to move onto Sam's tile.
I'm going to spend an action to draw 2 cards.
Here you go. And I'm going to...
Is there a max hand size?
Yes. The max hand size when playing with 3 players is 4 cards.
Nice.
So you're at it now. Sam drew a Minotaur card and a Loctite card. Mr. Draco, the rotations are on the Theseus. So the top row indicates the rotations of the board itself. The bottom row indicates the rotations of the guards. And since we have only explored the inner ring so far, we are at alert level 1, which means only the first column on that board will activate. Make sense?
Woohoo.
So yeah, I'm also going to use my last action to draw 2 cards. And I got a green 2 and a blue 1. So those may come in handy later.
Use my last action to go to this tile.
Well, oh yeah, you can move. Does it also discover it, I think?
I guess I could just discover...
You may discover it. So, okay. So you may actually... if you discover it and it spawns a Minotaur, you'll get captured.
Is it better for me just to discover it from
Maybe
our tile?
this turn. Yeah.
Oh, because we know guards aren't rotating.
Right. Yeah. So even if it spawns, we know to deal with it. Okay, cool. So that I don't think is a special tile. Oh wait, no it is. It's a hatchery.
Oh, crap.
So let's talk about what a hatchery does. A hatchery is actually great. A hatchery basically smells like Minotaurs. And so for one action, if you are in the hatchery, one player can hide in that room and if guards land on that room during their rotation,
Nice.
you will not be captured. But only one person can hide in that room at a time, and we do that by just laying the character down. So we'll see more of those, and that'll be useful. So chat, would you like to kill the Minotaur? My recommendation would be yes, because it'll allow you to maybe explore a little bit more. If you moved out, you could then choose one of these two rooms to explore, which would give us. All right, so Mr. Draco says kill and move. So think about which of these two tiles you might want to reveal, Mr. Draco. You have a 50-50 chance of getting the gate. So we do that for one, and we spend this to the discard, and then we spend another one to move out. So we have one action left, so we can do one of these two. Do you want the top one or the bottom one? Or you could do left or right of your character if you, I don't know. Well, here, we'll decide on this now, chat. To make it easy, when saying left, or we'll say left or right, I understand that you said tough for this one. Let's say left or right from the perspective of the center of the board and the character. So in this case, this would be left and this would be right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's consistent always. So for chat's sake, just say that in the future. You said top, which is in our new scheme, the left one. So we'll go ahead and reveal that. And we got the gate. That's great. So let's figure out what happens when we reveal the gate. I'm not sure anything. Yeah, nothing happens when we reveal the gate now, but when you go into a gate, there are two things that you can do. You can try to break a gate code, or you can open the gate. So the first thing that we do is we find the symbol here that says that the gate is closed. We'll flip that over to indicate it's open once we're done. Now, when you choose to open it, what we will do is, so for one action, you can request the gate code, which means that we draw a number of cards equal to the number on that gate and flip them face up, and then we will have to match some things from our hands by spending another action to break it. We basically spend similar cards from our hands to break the code, and then once it's open, we can move out to the next ring. But since we've all used our actions, let's go ahead and take our actions cubes back and do phase 3, which is the Hive Prison actions. So Sam, why don't you tell us what our prison is doing, and let's maybe pull up Theseus for people to see it a little closer here.
Okay. Look, it's this one. We're rotating.
All right,
we have 4 actions, but your first action was to reveal the first
Yes,
tile.
you have 4. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what, a blue rotate clockwise?
Twice.
Okay, so we're going to take this here. You guys can see these divots. Yeah. Okay, so the divots here, we can go through, and we're basically going to drag it 2 clockwise. So 1, 2. So that's how a rotation of the board happens. Then we can go ahead and discard that card if you want to hand that to me. Okay, then the second thing that happens is, what is that? A guard rotation, which is a green, which means the green ring guards would rotate, but there are no green ring guards, so the card just goes away. And then we shift everything over. And that's the end of the phase. So now we go back to phase 1, where we update Theseus. So this goes in the top, the first top row open. Yep, so that's a Minotaur, which means that when we get there, when the Minotaur gets to where it gets activated, it will spawn more Minotaurs, and we'll talk about that when it happens. It's bad. If we can avoid it by manipulating Theseus, that's good. Essentially, one Minotaur will spawn, and we'll draw a card to indicate where it spawns based on the color and stuff like that. Okay, so what do we have coming up? Are those both green?
Yep.
So we know that they're going to do nothing. Nothing's going to happen to the board or the Minotaurs this turn. However, we now know where the gate is, and there's a good chance we're going to open it this turn and maybe even move out. So we should probably look ahead to the second column. What's happening in the second column?
Yellow ring is moving once, and then the red guard rotation is happening twice clockwise.
Okay, so we care about that because red is the ring that we are about to get to with the gate, and there's a possibility we could spawn guards and have them rotate into us. That's not a reason not to open the gate because we have a lot of Minotaur cards, but we should be aware of that potentially happening.
Yep.
All right, so player actions. The first thing I'm gonna do is move 2 to get to the gate, because I think we probably all want to open it. Maybe one person can open it themselves depending on the code, but then everyone's going to want to use it to move out. Chat, you may want to stay in the vent and wait for someone to explore it, and then you could spend your turns elsewhere. If you wanted to let Sam and I try to open the gate.
Yeah, that would work.
I think I have the best chance of... So I think we could risk, if you're willing to use your ability, Sam, I think we could risk having you move and discover at the same time.
Sure.
Because if it is a Minotaur, you would immediately get captured because you'd be out of actions.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I guess if I reveal the code and unlock it, then you could do it. Okay, let's see if I can. So let's go ahead and reveal the code. So we have a red card, a red 3, and a Minotaur. Okay, so there are a couple ways that you can... Oh, this sucks. Yeah, it sucks. Okay, so Sam can solve this. What you have to do is, for every Minotaur card, you have to match it with another Minotaur or Locte. They're interchangeable in this case. And then for all of the other cards, you have to choose to either match all numbers or all colors. In this case, I don't have any reds or 3s, but Sam does have a red and a Minotaur. So for one action, you could discard both of those cards to unlock the gate. So Sam discards these 2, right? And then that unlocks the gate. So we reveal it unlocked.
I want to risk it.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I'm going to force him to do something.
Well, you're picking this one and then just putting yourself on it. Okay, that's fine. Sometimes you got to take risks. All right, so you're here. You found another vent.
Nice.
And that was your last action, right? Okay. So unfortunately, that means that we can't we can't discover anything for chat. So chat, start thinking about what you want to do here. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit so you can see what's going on here. So you're almost definitely gonna want to move out this way, but I'm gonna use my last action to go ahead and reveal this so we know if we need to kill anything. Great, it's a hatchery. Go ahead and update the alert level because one of us has moved out.
So what happens now? Both things happen?
Yes, so both of those columns on the Theseus board will happen. So chat, the only way to get out is through this gate, and you can move to either of these tiles, and you would still have 2 actions left to, if you wanted to say, explore and move. So if you have an idea of how you would like to move, you could go 1 and then out to the left, or 1 and out to the right, and then you could explore that adjacent space. So you want to go with Sam.
Well, at this point, they definitely want to go left, right?
Because if it goes right, if they go right, they could potentially find
That's
something.
left.
No, that's right.
From the perspective of the center, it's left.
When you said from the perspective of the center, I assumed you meant facing the center.
No, I meant like center outwards because we're running outwards.
That's fine.
Okay, so they want to move behind Sam and explore. It would have been okay either way because they would have an extra action to kill something if it spawned, but I see what you're saying.
So that's 2.
Yep. and then they're using one more to explore. They've revealed a Minotaur.
Good job, Draco.
So, Mr. Draco, you have one action left. You have one Minotaur card. You could decide to kill the Minotaur so that we don't have to deal with it later. Otherwise, I could kill it on my turn. But there's not really anything else you could use your action for. So it just depends on if you want to... oh, you meant beside. Sorry. Here. I can solve this problem because it's randomized.
Okay.
This is exactly why I was thinking we should stick to the left and right, because when you said beside, I thought you meant like, I'm going to stand beside him in the room. So now you definitely need to kill it, because it is about to move into the room and capture both of you.
No!
So...
Wait, this is one room?
No, but it's going to move twice. Look at the...
Oh, it's not just where it ends, it's every room.
Every room it goes through. If it ever occupies the same space as you and you're not hidden... alternatively, chat, if you wanted to be uber trolls and screw over Sam, you could use your last action to hide, and then it would just jump over you and capture Sam. But this is a cooperative game, so you've made the right choice to kill it. So this guy dies and goes away.
Yay!
All right, and we're all out of actions. So, Sam, why don't you take us through the Theseus board?
Steve isn't playing.
Yeah, Steve isn't playing.
All right. So green ring rotates. That doesn't do anything. Green ring guards do stuff. That doesn't do anything. Yellow ring rotates. That also doesn't do anything. Red ring rotates guards. That also doesn't do anything because we have no red ring guards.
Yay! And then those move down, and you can give me those discards.
Boom.
And now we're back in phase one.
So 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep, so you deal them in that order.
5. Oh, that's another minute.
It's like we're dancing. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yellow move. Yellow rotate.
Ooh, food. That sounds good,
pretty good.
Mr. Draco. A lot of yellows. That's real good to get early in the game. Great shuffling. Okay, so chat, you have no cards right now. So you may either want to spend your actions drawing or trying to move to a place where you can draw. Since you...
So, yeah. I'm going to do...
Are you going to do a move and
unlock.
explore? Okay. So you moved and unlocked with a single action.
Yep.
And you found another communications relay, which is good, but I don't think it's the one we want, because it lets us replace things in the bottom row. And the bottom row does have red cards, right? So what do we have happening this turn?
A lot of guard rotations on red.
On red. So, and they're all counterclockwise. So if we get some guards here, they're going to come through and murder us all. We also have a Minotaur spawning, which let's talk about how that works. So when a Minotaur spawns, you draw the next card off the stack, and based on what color it is, you put it in the tile that aligns with the cell of that color, because the colors of the rings match the colors of some of the players. And so for example, if we drew this green card, we would spawn a dude here. And there are often multiple tiles that line up with it. I'm going to double check which one it says. I think it's clockwise, but I'm not 100%.
Does it spawn in rings where we haven't revealed rooms?
Yes, I believe so. But I'm double checking that. Minotaur cards. Furthest counterclockwise, so it would be this one in this case. And then, yeah, it doesn't say anything about ignoring them spawning in places you haven't started. So with those cards, we will eventually get guards that are out here and rotating when we come to those. So if I had spawned a yellow, then that yellow guard rotation cards that are coming up would eventually make him move, and we'd know where he was, even though we wouldn't know what the rooms are.
Can we kill him? Even though we don't know what the rooms are?
If we get into a room that's adjacent in the ring.
Okay.
You can't kill someone in another ring.
Gotcha.
But if we then moved into that ring and he was on an undiscovered room, we could still kill him without knowing what that room was.
I'm gonna risk it.
All right, I'm going for it. I mean, you've got actions to kill stuff if you need to. Ooh, that is a control room.
What?
Now, a control room is awesome because that is the other half of manipulating the Theseus. That is what allows us to take cards in our hands and replace cards on the board. So I'm like definitely going to do that.
What's this?
Use that, I think.
It's the same thing as communications relay. It's
But
just
for the top row.
for the top row.
Yeah. So you could either do it or I could spend all of my actions to do it with one of my cards. Depends on how you want to use yours. I'm flexible. If I have to use my whole turn doing that, I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
keep unlocking. Hopefully. So far, so good.
Okay. You might not want to do that with your last action because that's when you get stuck.
I'm gonna play it safe.
And hide.
Boom.
Nice. Okay. I am going to. Yeah, thinking about turn efficiency. I guess it's the same thing. So chat, I don't know if you guys want to explore this way or not. You don't have any cards. You need cards. We don't have anything that draws cards yet. I don't want a Minotaur to spawn because it would spawn in red, which would be here. And if chat's character happened to be there, then they would get captured. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3 actions to move. You want to draw first for 2? Okay.
Hold on. Yeah.
You want to
So
do
I-
theirs first?
What I'm thinking
Mhm.
potentially is how are you gonna? What rotate are you gonna? What are you gonna do?
I was just going to throw out like a yellow or something. Because it's not that
Okay.
useful. It wouldn't affect
That's fine too.
anything. Or
I was
green.
I was thinking about whether it would be more worth it for them to go on the inside and draw 2 with. They could draw 4.
That's true, chat. For
1,
for
2,
all 4 of your
3.
actions, you
Oh, they
can
can draw 2, but they can draw 2 the next turn.
Well, so for all 4 of their actions, they could draw 2, or they could just stay in place and draw 2 and not have to walk back out again.
Well, no, but the next turn they'll have.
No. You spend 2 to draw 1 card.
Oh, you're right.
So they could stay in place and draw.
Right.
Yeah.
And draw 2.
But I'm saying the next turn
Yes.
they'll start here,
Yes,
fill up to 4, and then can come back out.
that's true.
And what I was thinking was, depending on how the rotation of the ring worked, we might put them in a more advantageous spot.
That's true.
Because theoretically they can.
If I put this card out, it would rotate the ring. Oh, wait, but that doesn't get them any closer to the gate, which it would just move where the gate was, which maybe isn't that helpful if we want to explore that direction. So I guess the question is, chat, do you want to get a full hand of 4 cards but end up right exactly where you are at the end of your next turn? Or do you just want to get 2 cards and be able to move and do stuff next turn?
As long as there's no risk of spawning, I think we're okay if they just stay in place.
Yeah, it's totally up to you guys, chat. But while you're doing that, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 for 3 actions, and then I'm going to spend an action replacing that Minotaur with this green card. We don't have the gate yet, no, Mr. Draco. There's
Oh,
no.
you get the Minotaur when you do that?
Yeah, it's a trade.
You want to do this? Says
I don't
top
have
right.
any actions left.
Oh, you're out of action.
Yeah, it's 1 card, and that one's. I can do it next turn when I get my actions back. Yeah, we don't have the gate yet. There's no real rush to get out as quickly as possible, except that like more Theseus cards come down the pipeline. We can slow play this if we want. It just means that we like have to draw cards to deal with what comes up in Theseus.
Yep.
So if you would like to draw more cards, you can do that. if you would like to be able to do more stuff next turn, you can still draw 1 or 2 cards now. You could potentially draw 1 card for 2 actions and then move and reveal this in a single turn now if you only wanted 1 card. It's totally up to you, Draco. You kind of have 3 options available. Or you could come hang out over by us. So the real question is, do you want to try and use the card draw room, or do you want to just wait till we explore that room in this ring and get it then? Because it'll be here somewhere, probably. I think there's a chance that they don't show up, but the rooms. So that there are 2 rooms that get removed from each ring randomly. So there's a chance we can't find it. They want to go back in and draw. All right, so 1, 2, 3 to get back there, and then 1 to get 2 cards. So chat, awesome. You got a Loctite card, and you got this white card, which counts as any color. If it gets activated in there, it basically means every ring activates in a specific direction. I don't know if you can see the arrows are pointing different directions. It alternates a direction for each ring. So it's like clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise. It's a pretty sweet card. And when you're using it to like unlock codes, it's basically a wild.
Yeah.
So really powerful card draw there.
Cute.
All right, we've used all of our actions, so Sam, why don't you walk us through the Theseus?
All right. Yellow ring 3 rotates. Nothing happens.
Great.
Red ring 1 guard rotation, anti-clockwise. Nothing.
Great.
Then green doesn't do anything. Counterclockwise, red doesn't do anything.
Perfect.
Boom.
So that ends the Hive's turn. And let's see what we get. Another Minotaur.
Rip Jordan.
Yeah, basically. A blue rotation card.
Oh, look at that.
A yellow rotation card.
Oh, look at that.
And a Loctite. That's going to be bad when it comes up. We definitely want to deal with that because the thing that is different, now that this is coming out so we can think about it, the thing that's different between Minotaurs and Loctites is that Minotaurs always stay in the ring that they're in. Loctites spawn here, but every time they're on a gate, their next movement for a rotation of that ring sends them out to the next ring. So they like literally chase you outwards. Minotaurs that are in the blue ring, when you're not in the blue ring, you basically don't care about ever because they always just stay in that ring. So if we can manipulate the Loctite and take it off the board, not only does it put it in our hand, but it's also like really good to not let it spawn.
Okay.
Awesome, Mike.
Turns.
Okay, so we get our actions back. So chat, I don't know if you want to draw 2 more cards since you're in that room. I assume so. Think about what you want to do next. You do have a, You do have a communications relay. So if you wanted to draw 2 cards and then go steal that Loctite card off the bottom row, you could do that. It's up to you. Or you could start working your way back out to the gate. Hey, Heart Board Games with the raid. What? Welcome everyone. We are playing the Daedalus Sentence, which is a co-op space prison escape game where the individual rings of the board here rotate independently, as well as the guards when we have enemies spawning, which just happened. So you moved, so I would definitely keep moving, because that's a thing that you can do.
There we go. Found the gate.
Yes. I've also been not spending my actions correctly because I forgot about my ability. Hey, Almost Haven, Blood Boiler, Melissa Sings, what is up, everybody?
Yo!
Thank you all for joining us today. For those of you who are new to the channel, we are Tilted Table. We love playing board games, and we are playing a game that I kickstarted back in 2016 by Eagle Griffin Games. Super excited. Thank you. Welcome to the table, Melissa Sings. And just to let you guys know what's going on here, we have myself in yellow playing Audrey the Sprinter, Sam in green playing Morrow, the stealth character, and chat, you are playing the red guy, Clay the Brawler. So you will get an opportunity to help us decide what Clay does, and we'll kind of help you guys through with your choices as you're figuring it out. Mike, feel free to tell them a little bit about what their choices are and what you're thinking so they can get a feel for how the game is going. The quick breakdown of the game is that there are 3 phases. One is the planning phase, where we look at what's about to happen, because you'll see underneath us here, we have the Theseus board, which is a tool that tells us what the game is going to do ahead of time. And then right now we're in phase 2, which is the player action phase. So you can see Sam is spending one of his 4 actions to do things right now.
Yeah.
He's been moving around while I've been talking. And then after the player phase, we will go ahead and let the board move. A Hemi 520 and almost having. Welcome to the table. Thank you guys so much for being here. So Sam, just because of his special ability that lets him move and discover at the same time, he's moved through, spawned an enemy, and then moved again and found the gate and has obtained the gate code. So he's going to show us now on the camera what we got as the gate code. So we got a white card, a white one, a green one, and a yellow one. So when we try to unlock that code, we will have to either get a green card, a yellow card, and a card of any color to match the wild white, or we'll have to get 3 ones. My guess is that color is going to be easier, but we currently don't have a green card anywhere on the board. Chat, these are the cards that you have in your hand right now. You have the Loctite and the white wild card. So, Mike, I don't know if you have some ideas about what you were thinking chat should do. Chat, definitely chime in here. Before I take my turn, I'll kind of talk about what your options are. So, chat, you are here in this inner ring, and you're right next to the control room, which for an action would allow you to trade 1 card from your hand for 1 card in the bottom row of Theseus over there. And that could be really powerful because you could steal that Loctite card in the bottom right, which is really powerful. Hey, Melissa Sings, thank you for the host. We appreciate it.
Winning.
You're amazing.
I like winning.
So last turn, chat, you moved inward back to this room, which is the research laboratory, because you wanted to spend an action to draw 2 cards. I'm assuming you still want to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and reveal those so that you can think about your choices more. So in addition to that Loctite card and that wild, you got 2 Minotaurs. So that's important because the wild card is really powerful, and if you were to use this to trade, the best you could do is replace the Loctite with a Minotaur. So I don't know how useful that is, especially because we have another one of these out here that we could use in a later turn. Just to tell you guys how much of that Theseus board down below us you need to think about. It's just the columns at the red action token and to the left of that, if you want to point that out for them, Sam. So it's the first 2 columns right now, which is indicated by the number of rings in the board that we've revealed. So, Mr. Draco, just so you're thinking about whether or not you want to steal that Loctite, your current hand is a Loctite, 2 Minotaurs, and this wild, which would cause a guard rotation and everything. Now, if you want to give up the wild for the guard rotation, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world to get a Loctite, since you are the brawler and you're going to be beating up on stuff. It would mean that all guards that are on the board next turn would move, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So if that's what you want to do, we will absolutely do that. Just confirm for us. Otherwise, we can leave the Loctite on the board. It won't activate this turn. We do have a second control room that we could use next turn.
Okay, so let's just understand this. If Loctite spawns next turn, what happens?
It spawns in the spawning pool, and then it will move when a blue guard rotation happens, which in this case, the blue guard rotation would happen before it spawns, so it wouldn't move this turn at all. But then once it spawns, it stays on the board, and every time it gets to a gate, it moves out to the next ring. So it will start chasing us whenever its ring gets. So it's not like the worst thing in the world, but it is like a hard to get rid of enemy that will keep coming after us.
Well, I asked that because it's not super hard because Mr. Clay here has 2 Minotaur cards.
It's true. So he could kill the Loctite pretty easily. So it's like we don't actually have to worry about it that much.
Can you discard?
I
will.
You can, if you ever go over the card limit, you have to discard down to it at the end of the turn. So they can acquire more and then discard.
Okay, yeah, you should do that.
Well, I mean, their hand is perfect right now. So I don't know that they want to draw more. Right? Like this is the perfect hand for a brawler. This is a really strong card just to have for unlocking stuff.
I guess we would just probably just take the Loctite next turn then.
Yeah, I mean we could take it. I could take it next turn by moving here if I needed to. So chat, what would you do? You want to try and use the control room, or do you just want to move back outward? And if so, where would you like to go? The gate is here for those of you who are just joining us for the first time. So it would take you 2 actions to get there, and then you could go 1, 2 more, or you could go 1, 2 this way, or you could just go here and draw if you wanted to get rid of one of the cards you have.
And maybe it's just because I haven't played this game before, but like I would assume that at some point there's like an economy around the numeric cards. So like just having your hand completely full of Minotaurs and Loctite doesn't help you later in the game. You have to cycle them out.
Yeah, at some point, because the gates will get harder and harder to deal with. Speaking of which, what gate did we just get?
Red.
It's this one?
Red square, yeah.
Okay. So...
And so that's what I'm saying is like, it almost seems like we need to let some of them spawn and kill them.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I am going to probably kill one right now. So I'm going to move... I'm going to do this right this time. With my special ability that allows me to move 2 tiles for 1 action, I've been like completely misusing my actions. I'm going to move 2, and then I'm going to spend an action to discard my Minotaur card to kill this Minotaur that is adjacent. No worries, Hart. We'll help you. Mike will help you. Just so you know about how the enemies work, you can never share a space with an enemy except for Sam's ability that kind of lets him move past them. If you are ever on a space with an enemy or an enemy moves onto your space, you get captured and get sent back to the middle. If you get captured twice, we lose the game. We're all trying to get to the outer ring and find the outer escape hatch and get out.
So I feel like you should go to the control room and swap out the Minotaur.
I'm already in the control room, so yeah.
Sorry, no, not the control room. You're not in the control room.
I'm in the
communications relay.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I'm in the communications.
I mean, technically you could have done it as your first action, so you still have an action.
Yeah, that makes sense. So more efficiently, I spend an action to
Swap
replace.
the Minotaur. Yeah.
How are we going to deal with the code?
You probably want to replace your.
Are we doing colors or ones?
Well, your 1 is more flexible, so I would put the 2 in.
Okay, because I'm thinking about stealing the Minotaur and the Loctite because I'm going to be in both rooms. Maybe I just do that and then we draw more cards later.
Sure.
No, there's no real reason for me to do that. So,
I don't think so.
are we going to try and solve this with numbers? Because we do have a wild. So if we go color, we could do my yellow and this.
Someone has to do it all at once.
Not one person. We could each spend an action to combine cards from our hands. We have to do it at the same time. So in the same turn, if we're all in the gate room, we could each spend an action to group cards from our hands together to solve the code.
But if you pass these 2 cards to him...
Then, yes, then he could do it, but that would cost even more actions. Because it would cost me 2 actions to pass, and then him an action, whereas with us each spending 1 action being in the gate room, we could just do them all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm suggesting we might want to focus on color because this lets
So we can't choose. We have to do one or the other.
One or the other. I mean, we can choose which one we want when we get there. But like with this plus this
Oh yeah, then we should
plus
have
this, we can solve the code.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to give you the one blue to replace that Minotaur. Lots of pyro. Thank you for the host. We appreciate it. Welcome. Okay. So I did that first. Then I moved, killed the Minotaur. I have one action left. And I think what I'm going to do with that action is go join you on the gate.
Game over.
Game over. No. All right. So chat, you have 3 actions left. Since Sam and I are already on the gate, I'm going to recommend running out towards us. However, you do know that the blue is about to rotate 1. I don't know if that's all that helpful. If it puts it here, it would be faster to get to the gate if you didn't want to go that way.
So they should just move here.
Well, doesn't matter. They could move here and then draw and cycle one of their Minotaurs.
I mean, wouldn't it always be more effective to just draw where they
draw
are?
2. Yeah. You can move 1 space with 1 action, Mr. Draco. So, one idea here is that you could draw 2 more cards to cycle some of these Minotaurs you got and maybe get some things for helping with the gate. And then you could still move 2 to get to the gate and then ride the gate around because we know that the gate, that this ring is about to rotate 1 space on this turn. And then next turn you could exit here instead of having to exit over here, and you'd be a lot closer to the gate, if that makes sense.
I mean, technically they would exit here, right?
It's only moving 1.
Yeah. So you would.
It would be here, and then they would start here.
No, but they'd climb through the vent.
Oh,
why
you're
wouldn't they
right.
use the vent?
You're right. Duh, vent. Sorry. Yeah, so then after it moves, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4 next turn and meet up with us.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do. Alternatively, you could not draw and just use your 3 actions to go 1, 2, 3, and then next turn you would be able to go 1, 2, 3 and spend an action to open the gate.
Yeah.
Which seems even better.
That's
Sorry.
good.
I didn't realize that you were talking about the vent because we haven't used the vent yet. Chat, for those of you who are completely confused, these tiles here are vents which allow you to crawl through a vent into the outer ring once you have discovered the rooms on the outside of that vent. So Mr. Draco's fine with the card, so I'm assuming that you want to move. So Mike, are you thinking, keep the cards to kill stuff, so go to the vent then? Does that sound good here, chat?
Vent type. Low latency.
Yeah, so I think you're move to the vent. Okay, so for 3, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and that is going to end your turn. So let's talk about the Theseus cards real quick. So the first one is a
Rotate blue 1.
Rotate blue, which is great because that moves you guys closer.
Yellow people do stuff.
Yellow guards did things, which doesn't matter.
Yellow rotation.
Yellow rotates, which doesn't matter because there are no rooms explored or guards on it.
Yellow guard rotate.
And then yellow guard rotate. So, all of those go away. We now move these next cards in, and then we're going to replace them. So, the first card is a red... Is that a red rotate?
Red rotate.
Next card is a red guard rotate.
Woo.
That could get interesting. A blue rotate, which is less interesting now because we're about to leave that behind. And then a green rotate. All right, so this Locte scientist is going to spawn, but I think Sam's right that if it catches up to us, the brawler can probably kill it. So I'm more concerned about where the Minotaur might spawn.
I think we're technically okay because you said the leftmost, right?
Do we have any red rotations coming up anytime soon?
Next turn.
Next turn, which will be gone by then.
So this turn we will be safe because Locte scientist will spawn here.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where the red thing spawns; it will not spawn on our tile.
Yeah. So the Minotaur will either spawn here if we draw a yellow card.
Here.
Here if we draw a red card. Sorry, here if we draw a red card. Or, no, it's just these two. It's out from the cell. So it's here or here.
Yeah. Oh, there's no purple.
Yeah, there's no purple.
There's a blue.
There's a blue, or it will spawn here for a green. So I think it's safe to let that Minotaur spawn because we have a ton of Minotaur cards. I think you're right.
Yep.
All right, so chat, do you want to run and help us with the gate here? We would do that by using your wild card to match the green, Sam's blue card to match the wild card. I'll show you guys the gate code again. Sam's blue card would match this wild, your wild card would match the green, and my yellow card would match the yellow, and that would break the code. If you all want to come help us, it will take all of your turn's actions to do that. So yeah, you're right, since we can't do anything till we open it, Sam and I spend an action. Chat, you spend all of your actions going 1 out the vent, 2, 3, and then the 4th one to help us break the code. So we have now opened the gate. Sam and I have
Kick my ass.
action Jeff. So Sam's good. Are you moving?
I'm move opening.
You're move opening. You're using your ability.
Oh, there's a person.
All right, so
It's a vent.
that spawns a Minotaur. So Sam definitely needs to keep moving.
Sam is gonna go.
You're gonna risk it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the Loctite Scientist card, so you can like kill everything if they spawn again. Which they do. I wonder what you're doing with your turn. While you're doing that, I assume you're going to use your Loctite, so I'm not going to kill it.
So I use my Loctite. I only kill one thing.
No, you kill both of them.
Why?
They don't have to be in the same space as long as they're all adjacent to you.
What?
Yeah. So otherwise, I would have to use mine, so I can save them. So Sam used his Loctite. Sorry, we needed to move the board out. Thanks for letting us know. Lots of pyro. So to tell you what happened, Sam just explored through these 2 tiles with his special ability that allows him to move and reveal at the same time. And then he's spawned 2 Minotaurs. He had a Loctite card, which allows him to kill 3 Minotaurs at once, as long as they're in any tile that is adjacent to him, which would be any of these 3. They don't have to be in the same tile. So he was able to kill both of them with 1 card with his last action. I am going to go ahead and use my actions to move 2. Oh, wait, we have the gate as well. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
That's this one. Yeah. So we have the gate, which is another 3. Since we have it, move our alert level up, which means reds are going to move this turn.
Yeah.
But if red spawns, they will rotate 2, so they won't get to chat. Why do some cards have the white symbol on it?
There's a special. That was the power up.
That's a special extra rule that we're not playing with. It's like there are a bunch of optional rules in this game that you can use to augment how the game works and make it more difficult. And one of them uses that symbol you're like assembling data fragments basically with some of the cards.
Yep.
It has no effect on the base game. So I think I'm gonna move with my 1 action. I'm gonna move 2 to get to the gate. And then I'm going to reveal the gate code so that we know early what it is. So chat, let's look at the gate code. I'm actually going to leave it here until we need to put stuff on this part of the board. So the gate code here is this. And I'm actually going to put this here so we know which gate code it is. So it is a 2, a 3, and a Minotaur, or 2 green and a Minotaur. Right now, we only have Minotaur and Loctite cards, so we're definitely going to need to draw some cards. Are there any... There are no guard rotations in yellow, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the space next to us with my last action. Eep. It is a Minotaur spawn and a second gate. And this one's interesting because it is actually a broken gate. Is that the right symbol with the 0?
Yep.
Yep. So it is a broken gate, which means that it does not require any cards, but it does require an action to open.
Nice.
So we could actually choose to ignore this code and use this broken gate. We got lucky because this was one of the random cards that could have been taken out, and it happened to get dealt in this game.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do the thing.
Yep. So Theseus.
Minotaur
All
spawn.
right. So it's our first guard that has spawned because we've been dealing with them up until now. And we drew a red card. So I'm going to move these over here. The red spawns out from the cell in the counterclockwise most space. So you are correct. And then what happens next? It's a blue guard rotation. There are no blue guards, so it goes away. A yellow ring, what direction? 3 counterclockwise. So this actually happens. So 1, 2. We're running away from you, chat. 3. You're really far from the gate, which kind of sucks.
For now.
What happens next? Loctite spawns. Our first Loctite scientist is in the game in the spawning pool. Thankfully, blue guard rotation already happened. All right,
Red,
what is that? Red.
Clockwise 2.
All right, so red, you guys are only a little bit behind us. Actually, it's about the same because we have to go farther. So it's okay.
And then red spawn, red rotate 2.
Red guard rotates 2, so you guys are going to have some fun next turn. And that's it. So now we move those last 2 cards on the Theseus all the way to the left. And we're going to deal out the next 6 cards.
Boom, yellow rotation. Blue guard rotation, which means that dude is moving. Blue rotation. Red guard rotation.
So, wow. So basically, all the guards,
Blue rotation.
almost all the guards on the board will be moving.
Alright,
if we don't
so here's the thing. And then, I guess help me understand this. So, basically a Minotaur on red, as long as we never go back to red, is harmless.
Right.
Except for the fact that if you have 3 Minotaurs in one space,
They
you
become
spawn a Loctite.
Yes. So if we ever happen to spawn enough Minotaurs and they end up colliding on the same space through sheer luck of spawning, they would become a Loctite and then they would start chasing us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at this point, I am of the opinion that at least for, like, we don't need to deal with this one.
It's true. Chat doesn't necessarily need to kill that guy, depending on what they find outside the gate, I suppose.
So I would recommend that chat,
Just run out.
well, not run, but reveal first.
Draco says run. So yeah. So 1 to reveal which reveals.
Research.
Is that the research lab?
That's the research lab.
All right. So now this is an opportunity to draw cards if you wanted. You did say run, so I assume you're going to want to move 1 out. Do you want to reveal next to you? Do you want to start running towards the gate with you? You have 2 actions left, or do you want to say draw and then move, or draw and then explore? For me, I am going to use one of my Minotaur cards to kill this Minotaur that's standing on the gate next to us. Hey, Dr. Maturin, welcome to the table. Thank you so much for that follow. So I'm going to kill this Minotaur. And then, would you kindly open the gate for me so that I can efficiently run out with 1 move?
Do we want to do that?
I mean, there are no green cards being activated. Oh, it's a green guard rotation. That'd be okay. I could kill it if I have to.
Okay, so maybe this is more of a question about how to play this game.
Uh-huh.
To get to the escape pods
Yes.
on the island, like, what do we need to do?
We just have to all be on that escape pod.
So
the same
right
time.
now, there's not really a worry about cards.
Correct. I don't think you need a code to open the escape pod, but I will double check.
Okay, that's my entire thing was like, should I go back and draw cards?
Yeah. I will triple check that for you before you make that decision, but where does it say about the escape pod? Winning the game. when you reach the unlocked escape pod. So I do think it has a code. So maybe that changes what you want to do.
Yeah, that changes.
That said, we'll probably get a research station in the outer ring, but there is one close by. So maybe we all spend the turn drawing.
So,
all right. Yes, you have 2 Minotaur and a Locte, right?
yeah. So I want to actually just take 2 moves and draw 4.
Oh, hey, Brett. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so Sam is going to move and draw. I like that plan as well, chat. You have 2 actions left. If you would like to draw and get rid of some of your cards.
I'm guessing we need to shuffle.
Yes. Actually, do you want to shuffle real quick since you need to draw, and I'll start taking my actions? So, chat, do you want to draw or explore or move? For those of you who have not seen your cards in a while, you currently have 2 Minotaurs and a Locte. So you don't have... These are useful for unlocking codes because we don't know what the code's going to be yet for the escape hatch. But you could draw 2 cards right now and get rid of maybe one of these Minotaurs or the Locte. The Locte is actually the least useful for you. Or no, they're all the same. They're equivalent. They are all exactly the same for you, so you don't actually care which one you lose. So if you wanted to draw 2 more cards, you could do that. Or you could do something else. Let me know. I'm going to use 1 action to move 2. And then I'm going to use an action to draw, and I'm going to wait and see what I draw before I decide if I want to draw again.
Wait, why did it take you 3 actions to do that? Well, your first action was kill.
First action was kill, yes. Because I just wanted to get it off the board.
Alright, flipping 1.
Alright, so what did you get, Sam?
I got Minotaur. Minotaur, Locte, blue 3.
Okay, so he's got a blue 3, which is going to be useful. We have a lot of attack cards, so if you wanted to cycle and draw more chat, you definitely could do that. I drew a Minotaur and a yellow 2, so I'm actually going to go ahead and draw again because we have so many attack cards that I think it's good to cycle some. And I got a blue 1 and a green 1, so I'm going to keep them both and discard this Minotaur.
Okay. So Draco's saying he wants to draw.
Okay.
And potentially get rid of a Minotaur.
Okay. So you're going to draw now. You drew a Minotaur and a yellow, so we'll just get rid of that Minotaur that you draw, and you'll keep the yellow 1. And then you have 1 action left, so you could either draw 2 more if you really wanted to, or you could move 1, or you could explore, you could discover this tile next to you, which we may not care about because we already have an open gate. It's up to you guys.
I think it would almost be worth it to draw.
I mean, it can't hurt to draw. Worst case, you just throw away the cards that you got.
Yeah.
But if you really like the cards that you have, it hurts to draw in that you can't do something else like move faster, right? Because if they want to start working their way towards the gate, they may want to just move. Yeah, what's the point of exploring? We have the gate, exactly. So do you want to just move 1, Mike? Also, I missed it a little bit ago, but E Paladin, welcome to the table. Thank you so much for that follow. Chocolate chip cookies with sea salt, such a good idea. So, I think you're right, Mike. If you want to move, we can do that with your last action. Sam and I are out of actions. So, you think you need more cards for the code? Okay, so we'll draw for you. All right, so, great. You got a yellow 1, and a blue 2. So, let me lay this out for you so you can decide how you want to play this. You have 2 yellow 1s, a blue 2, 2 Minotaurs, and a Locte. These 3 are all equivalent when it comes to breaking codes. These 2 are equivalent, but you might need them both. We might need 2 1s or 2 yellow cards. You definitely want to keep the blue 2 because we have a blue 3 and a yellow
like
2.
The new version of Wheel of Fire.
So you want to get rid of a yellow and a Minotaur, or do you want to? Yeah. So the Minotaur and we'll show you. We got it in a sec. Just to clarify, Mike, the Minotaur and the Locte are equivalent when it comes to doing a code. If a Minotaur comes up in the code, you can get rid of it with a Locte. They're interchangeable, so it doesn't matter. So you actually have 3 of the same card in that respect. I have a blue 1 a green 1, a yellow 2, and a Minotaur. And Sam has a lot more guard cards. We have like 7 guard cards between us. So if you wanted to get rid of 2 of your guards, you absolutely could do that without fear that we would not have them for code or fighting.
And we're all in the same spot, so
We could even trade later if we needed to. You can kill the Loctite with a Minotaur card, Mr. Draco, because you're the brawler, and your special ability is that 1 Minotaur card can kill 3 Minotaurs or 1 Loctite. So even then, those cards are equivalent for you. But only because you're the brawler. So, just to let you guys see these again. These are your choices. You have to get rid of 2 of them. So what are you guys thinking? I'm thinking either 2 of these or, as you said, 1 of these and 1 of these. Just depends on how you want to do it.
I think it should be 2 Minotaurs.
Still say yellow and Minotaur? All right, that's fine. So yellow and Minotaur goes away. We keep a blue 1 or a blue 2, a yellow 1, a Minotaur, and a Loctite, which is great. And now we've used all of our actions. We do have a lot of yellows and a lot of 1s. This is true. All right, so now what does the Theseus do?
Blue rotation of 1.
Okay. What's next?
Green rotation 3.
Nothing happens.
Yellow ring rotate 2.
In clockwise.
Clockwise.
1, 2. That's great. We're running away from the gate in case the Loctite chases us.
Well, unfortunately, that's not.
Unfortunately,
the case. Guard rotation 1 on blue,
which means that the Loctite moves out finally.
Okay. Blue ring rotates 1 again.
Which is it chases us. Okay. A little bit.
Red guard rotation 1 clockwise.
Okay. So it's like, Rah!
And we're like, we can't see you because you're in another ring.
Yeah, let me make it more visible for you all.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay. Since we did not unlock the next alert level, let's see what comes up. So what do we have first in that first column?
A blue, like actual ring rotation of 2, and a green rotation of 1.
Great.
Guard rotation of 1.
Green.
Red ring rotation.
Red ring.
Blue guard rotation.
Okay. So that Loctite Scientist is going to make it to the gate next turn, but it won't necessarily come out unless we draw another blue. Minotaur spawn. That could get interesting. We'll have to think about that.
Green ring rotation, red guard rotation.
Okay, so where could that Minotaur spawn? Green is going to rotate which way? This way by 1?
No, green guards are going to rotate by 1.
Oh, sorry.
The green ring does not rotate.
Green ring will not rotate at all. So if a green guard spawned, it would be here.
Yeah.
Wait, counterclockwise here.
Yeah.
So we're okay.
Yeah, our issue is if it spawns yellow.
There's not a green guard there is a green guard rotation, but it's this direction. And it's before it spawns. So we're actually okay.
Well, hold on. There's yellow rotation.
Yellow would be right on top of us if we don't make it out. Yeah. So we may want to deal with that, but we don't really have a good way to. So I think we should just try and do it so that we're not here.
Yeah.
Which really means that you or I need to explore this space so that chat can get all the way out.
Yeah. So let's see. If I go 1, 2. So I think the answer is you do the unlock, I do an explore, and if push comes to shove, chat can kill something in the box.
I was actually thinking that if you explore and move, then if it's a Minotaur, I can kill it, and if it's not a Minotaur, I can get here in 2 actions and then explore what's next.
I can't do that. I haven't unlocked it.
Oh,
so
you have
3 actions to get there. 1 to unlock.
So I need to unlock it because I'm the only one who can not do it and not get stuck.
Yeah.
Good call. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to spend 2 actions to move. 1, 2, 3, and then I have to lose the extra space because I need to stay here. I spend a 3rd action to unlock it.
I've spent 3 actions, and I'm spending the 4th
to move and reveal.
Move, unlock. Yeah.
Okay.
Move, reveal.
And it is a Minotaur. That's bad. This gets risky. But I am going to kill it, I think. Mainly because if I'm the one who gets captured... Oh, no. I think chat should do it.
Well, hold on. Counter... No, we're fine. It actually moves counterclockwise 3.
But it would spawn on me.
If we rolled what?
If we pull a yellow card, a Minotaur will spawn on this space.
No.
Because is there a rotation?
There's a yellow rotation this way of 3.
Oh. So we're fine. So all we have to do is just kill this.
Yeah, we just kill it. So
I can or chat can. Chat, do you want to kill something? We know you're going to want to go here, right? 1, 2, 3. You have 1 action left. You can either move out with Sam, or you can kill it, and I can move out. Either way.
I would say...
That's their job. We've killed. Chat wants to kill.
Okay.
So, you spend a Minotaur card, you kill the Minotaur, saving Sam.
Woo, I'm saved.
That's your last action. With my last action, I am going to go ahead and move out and then stop. And that's everyone's actions. So, Sam, walk us through the Theseus.
Alright,
Hide
blue
movement.
ring rotates counterclockwise 2.
Alright, so 1, 2.
Green guard rotation 1, doesn't matter. Red ring rotates clockwise 3.
Okay. Ah. Hello. This guy's stalking us, I
Blue
swear.
guard rotation of 3.
Yeah.
He's smelling us through the walls.
So that's 1, 2, 3. So that Loctite is about to move out a ring, but hopefully we'll be out of there before it matters.
Yellow rotation counterclockwise 3.
1. Once again, chat gets separated from us.
Spawn a Minotaur.
Spawn a Minotaur. And... oh no! Now we're going to spawn 2 Minotaurs. And let me double check, because I think they both spawn in the same spot. But I want to double check that.
We accidentally spawned a Loctite.
Yes, both of them spawn. Wow, both of them spawn there.
Well, there's one I'm hoping we don't get another one.
Oh, this is even crazier. Okay, so it is a white card. And the way the white card works is a Minotaur spawns in every ring. But the fact that we drew 2 Minotaur cards does not mean 2 Minotaur spawn in every ring. This is an exception where, because we're spawning 4 anyways, the rules specifically state if you draw a white card, you just spawn 1 in every ring.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so it's just because we drew a Minotaur card here, Mike, it meant we almost spawned 2 Minotaurs. But in this case, we were saved by, well, not saved, but the white card just made us spawn 1 in every ring. Yeah, so...
Counterclockwise.
Yeah, so just so you guys can see what Sam did here, we have a Minotaur that spawned here because of the blue cell is here. We have a Minotaur that spawned here because the red cell is here. We have a Minotaur that spawned here because the yellow cell is here, and that's the yellow ring. And then the green cell is here, so the green Minotaur spawned there.
All right, green rotation counterclockwise 1.
Of the board?
Yes, of the board.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, we're good.
Guard rotation clockwise 2 on red.
Okay, so both of these move. So it's 1, 2.
Yep.
Okay. And that's it.
Replenish board, please.
Replenish board. I'll just give them to you. I probably should have just given you the deck the whole time.
Red rotation, red board rotation, blue guard rotation.
What?
Minotaur spawn.
Okay.
Red ring rotation. Green guard rotation.
Okay.
Lock day spawn. red ring rotation.
Okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
We have green guard rotation, right?
We do have one green guard rotation.
And it'll come
it is
here.
counterclockwise.
So we can kill it. You could probably kill it this turn if you want.
So, do you think I should do that?
We need to find the escape hatch. So if you do an explore and move, then even if you spawn another one, you can kill them both with the Loctite.
Nothing.
In this case, it's a nothing.
Okay.
You could also.
I think I should risk the next move, right?
You could do it twice even.
Yeah.
And then with your last one.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you're gonna move here, and that's going to be a research lab. Does that change what you want to do, or do you want to keep moving and then kill stuff if you need to? We really need the escape hatch to know the code.
So let's do the move.
All right, so Sam uses his special ability again to move and explore. What is that?
Lactase one.
I don't actually know.
Lactase scientist spawning place.
Holy crap! Okay, so you have spawned a Loctite scientist right there, but you have one action left and you have a Loctite card. So, in order to not die, Sam plays his Loctite card to kill this Loctite scientist that came out of nowhere.
Draco, it was definitely you who shuffled.
Yep. Why'd you shuffle that way, Mike? So that was your last action, right?
Yeah, let's kill the thing. Let's not leave that on the board.
All right. It's only going to move one, and I kind of want to go the other direction anyway, so I think I'm going to leave this guy for now.
Well, so I think that... Well, so I...
Chat, would you
I
like
think
to
chat should
explore?
reveal first.
Yeah.
And then we decide.
Chat, do you want to... I assume you want to reveal outside the gate, because if this is safe, I could reveal this and then move two and keep revealing with chat. Because it's really inefficient for me to move one and then kill. Okay? So you got another research lab, which is great. I assume you want to move out. I'm going to move you, but go ahead and tell me if you don't want to do that. What would you like to do next? I am going, since this is safe, I'm going to go ahead and reveal the space between us, which is a hatchery. It's great. And I'm going to move to you for 2. I am actually going to reveal it for you so that you can move into it, because I think that makes more sense. Because, chat, if you are willing to move and then explore this, if it's safe, I can move 2 with my last action so that I'm ready next turn. You have 1 Loctite card and no Minotaur cards. Sam has 2 Minotaur cards and I have a Minotaur card. So if we care about this thing eventually, Sam could kill it. But right now it's going to move away from him and it's not a threat to anybody. If you have to kill, we can kill. But the only guard rotation that's happening is going to go clockwise. So even if we discover one here, it'll run away from us and we don't need to kill it this turn.
Okay, just so we're clear, there is a risk, because if there's a green spawn this turn, I believe I get fucked. Yeah.
There's no green rotation of the board?
There is a green... Well, no. The Minotaurs.
I know, I'm asking if
There's
there was
not a green rotation on the board.
Okay. We can't move you at this point.
So we haven't flipped this. I just picked it up.
Uh-huh.
We could try... Oh, no, we can't. We don't reveal any of those.
It wouldn't make a difference because you are out of action, so you can't get off that space. So we just have to risk a green spawn.
Okay.
And there are 2 possible chances, but it is what it is. Well, chat hasn't said what they want to do yet, but... Chat, do you want to reveal that tile that Sam just flipped over?
That's not necessarily perfectly safe.
It may or may not be safe. We don't know yet. Yeah, I think Sam's at risk in every... Yeah, you want to move and explore? Okay, so move and explore with your last 2 actions. I use my last action to move there, which is the control room, and that is all of our actions. So what do we got on the Theseus board?
Red ring, move 3 counterclockwise.
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Blue guard rotation 2.
All right, so
Clockwise.
Minotaurs are first. So 1, 2. Then the Loctite scientist who is at the gate goes out and in the direction that they need to go. So they go here, and then I think when they move out a gate, they immediately stop moving, but I will double check that. Because I think it's no longer their color rotation, right? It doesn't say that they stop moving, so... Okay, I'm gonna say it keeps moving then. So it moves once more there. Alright, what do we have next? A Minotaur spawn. Oh, Rip Sam. Alright, that just makes the game more interesting. Now I get to come back for you, dodging a ton of things. So, a bunch of things happen right now. Sam... Well, first of all, a Minotaur spawns on Sam.
Ow.
Sam gets captured,
Ow.
which means we flip over Sam's token on the Theseus board to indicate that he's been captured. And that also reminds us that he's been captured before, so if it happens the second time, we lose the game. Sam also flips his board over and tells us what downside we have to deal with while he's captured.
You can't access communications relays.
Okay, so we cannot use the communications relays tiles while Sam is captured. In order to uncapture him, we have to fight our way all the way back through to outside his cell and then spend an action to free him. So, brawlers, now's your chance. We even have a research lab where you can start drawing more brawl cards. But we still need to finish the Theseus board. So we have another Minotaur spawn. Oh, it's a spawn in every ring. Oh wait, no. Yes, spawn in every ring. So we have blue here, red here, yellow here, and green here. So this just got real difficult, chat. All right, what happens next?
Red, ring rotation, counterclockwise 1.
Okay.
Green, guard rotation, clockwise 1.
Okay.
Green.
Wait, sorry, green, thank you. Well, we don't have to worry about green right now.
Loctite spawn.
That sucks. There's just going to be 2 Loctates around. Good thing we have a brawler.
Red.
The door is unlocked to start because there was a temporary glitch. But if you get captured, someone has to come free you. Did you move the Loctite?
No.
Okay, so he also moves.
No, I did move the Loctite.
Are you sure?
The Loctite and the Minotaur weren't on the same spot last round.
Okay.
So.
Oh, did a ring rotate? Oh,
Yeah.
And we rotated red. Okay, I was like, I knew that they were 2 off from the thing, but I guess if it rotated, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So let's build out the new Theseus board. It's time for us to fight our way back. Thankfully, there's a gate really close to us.
Ooh, Minotaur spawn at the end. That kind of sucks. But technically, we only have 1 spawn.
Okay. Yellow is going to rotate 1 away from the gate that we want. And red... So red is going to rotate 2 this way, and yellow is going to rotate 1 this way. So we probably want to start exploring our way into these guys.
Yeah.
And just kill them. All right, so Sam cannot take any actions while he's captured. It's up to us, chat. So Sam, why don't you help chat plan their move, and I will plan mine, since you don't have anything to do right now.
Chat kill things.
I'm going to move 2.
Hold on. Let's
Okay.
make sure you don't want to not do the Minotaur spawn. Because you're currently on a control room, so you could potentially swap out the Minotaur spawn.
That's true. I mean, I'm going to end in my turn in the yellow ring, and the yellow is going to move 1 this way, so I'm going to be in one of these spaces somewhere. So there's no way I could end up here if the ring is rotating that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll both be safe. So I'm fine letting it spawn and just trying to kill it. Because I need the cards. I can't kill what's on the board already.
Yeah.
So I spend 1 to move and 1 to draw. Minotaur cards left.
Oh.
You guys have 1 Loctite card. I have 1 Minotaur card. if you guys come onto this space, I can hand you one of my Minotaur cards because you're more powerful at killing things, which I'm happily willing to spend an action to do. Let me just double
So
check.
what you probably do before you draw.
Yes. If you want to spend an action to move to us, I will do that.
Chat move.
I want to double check to see if Sam loses his cards when he gets captured. Or if he's fined. Capturing players. You do discard all of your cards. So Sam loses his 2 Minotaurs and his blue 3 into the deck that he's currently shuffling. Alright, so you move to me. I'm going to give you a Minotaur card, which gives you a Minotaur, a Locte, a blue 2, and a yellow 1. So if you wanted to draw cards to replace your colored cards, you could. I'm going to go ahead and draw now. I need one more from Sam, if I can just pull one randomly out of the deck real quick.
Maybe.
Or are you going to finish shuffling? Okay. Alright, I got crap. I'm going to get rid of the blue 1, and this would be technically you'd be done shuffling, so this goes into a new discard. I'm going to keep this for now, but I'm going to actually... Where would green spawn? And is green rotating?
Green is rotating too. Counterclockwise.
Man. The problem here is that if I don't go through the gate now, the gate's going to run away from... Wait, you said green's rotating counterclockwise?
Yeah, counterclockwise too.
Oh. That's actually... It still would cost me 2 movement.
Yeah, you should go in now.
I should go in because I can go over here and draw.
Yeah.
I can go the long way because I'm fast if I have to. So I'm going to spend my last action going in, even though I didn't get any good cards. Chat, do you want to draw before going in to see if you can replace your 2 colored cards? Cookie! Also, Unmade Gaming, thank you for the host. Appreciate it. Alright, Mr. Draco wants to draw, so we spend an action for chat. You got another Minotaur and a green. I'm assuming you want to keep that. So which 2 of these do you want to get rid of? Can you hold these for a sec? I will show you what I have so that you can take that into account.
I mean, I think it's definitely the green. I would say probably the yellow.
The yellow one, because I have lots of yellow and a 1.
Yeah, well, and also, like, we could potentially manipulate blue if we needed to.
Yeah, you could use the same argument to get rid of the green too.
Well, no,
I
I think we should get rid of the green.
Oh,
for sure.
I see.
Yellow and green.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Both of them, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we had to get rid of 2.
Keep the blue.
Keep the blue as well.
Makes sense? Yeah. Okay, you still have another action to move. Are guards rotating into us? For green. Is there any green guard rotation?
Green
guard rotation? Yellow.
Yeah, there's... Okay, so they're first going to move 1 away.
Okay.
And then they're going to move 2 towards you.
So, basically, we shouldn't risk spawning a guard here because it would annihilate chat.
Correct.
So, what would you... Do you want to just... Actually, before you move, did you want to draw again to try and get another guard card? Or do you want to just not use this last action? Or do you want to risk revealing?
Or safety in numbers and move to you.
Or safety in numbers. Though, I don't think you want to move to me because the way everything's going to rotate, this gate is going to go this way, and this ring is going to go this way, so it's actually faster to go around this way. Probably. Okay. Unless you just run behind me while I try and explore ahead of you because I'm fast. I don't know. You want to stay and not draw any extra cards and just not use the action? You can totally not use an action on a turn. So, unless you say otherwise, we'll start thinking about what the board is going to do. If you change your mind, we can go back and draw the cards. but I don't think it changes anything
You guys want to swap a card?
with us.
Oh, you can't.
You can't swap. You
It's
can
not
just
on
give us a card.
Well,
Even
technically, it does say swap 5 cards
oh,
and swap card cards. Unless, oh no, never mind. It means swap here. Sorry, it doesn't.
yeah. Yes. Yeah, those are the location actions. Burn the action, twiddling thumbs. All right, chat. This is what you do.
But see, that the red ring's gonna rotate that way too.
Which is gonna put the gate here, and then yellow's gonna rotate this way 1, which is gonna put them here.
That is not the case. That it is closer. Like you're actually exactly at the most
you're
opposite
right.
point.
No, you're right, and we don't know what's gonna happen next turn, so maybe you should just come to me, since we have more of those explored. Executive decision. I'm sure you'll agree, chat. But if you change your mind, we can overrule Sam and stay. But Sam is correct that you would be 1 space closer to the gates if you moved with me. But let's start doing the Theseus actions. We can retcon that if chat overrules you.
Red ring rotates to counterclockwise.
1, 2, run away, says the gate. Okay?
Yellow guard rotation 1 clockwise.
Ba-doom.
But the 3 Minotaur rule. Yeah, we're not. Gonna
That's fine. We're not going to hit the 3 Minotaur rule. We're okay.
Green ring rotate counterclockwise 2.
Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't think we're in any danger of creating any Loctates this turn.
Red thingy-majig counterclockwise 1.
Guards. Okay, so that's these guys. That Loctate's coming for us.
Yellow clockwise move 1 everything.
Wait, I went the wrong way, didn't I? I was like, that would be really convenient.
Red guards clockwise 2.
That's these guys, right? 1, 2.
Clockwise,
Wait,
clockwise.
Oh, that's great because the Loctate now goes away from the gate and it clears us a way in a little bit.
Okay.
If the blue gate ever comes to us.
Minotaur spawn.
Red. Minotaur spawns on red.
Here.
Right there. Also, if we run out of Minotaurs, they just stop spawning, which is convenient.
Yeah.
Although, we're probably going to kill some before that happens.
And then yellow guard counterclockwise 2.
Cool. Do you want to fix the board real quick? That board. Counterclockwise. Wait, guards. Counterclockwise. Okay. So now we get our actions back.
Ooh, that's a Minotaur.
Minotaur spawn. Green.
Red ring rotation. Another Minotaur spawn. Not good. Not good.
Might be okay, though.
Is this an all rings rotate?
That is an all rings rotate in different directions, opposite directions.
Okay, this is really bad.
Yeah. We don't have a room to deal with that right now. Where would they spawn in the yellow ring? Over here.
Rip.
Which is mega rip because it could create a Loctate. But I don't think there's anything. There's so many spawns, I don't think we can do anything about it. In fact, it could be good because we may end up spawning.
There's theoretically something that can be done about it, and it would be you swapping this card for a yellow, which would move the yellow ring.
Which one can't I use?
You can't use the bottom. You can't use the spawn one.
If we find a control room.
Yeah.
We don't have a control room we can get to right now, except this one, which I can't get to.
Well, so I think the first thing is you move 2 and reveal.
Yeah, and then maybe draw depending on.
And then maybe draw depending on what you reveal.
All right, so why don't you talk through chat what their options are while I'm doing that?
Chat, your options are to do stuff. You can move in one direction. You can move in the other direction.
It's a hatchery.
It's a hatchery. Okay.
I mean, if chat wants to reveal it, I could move 2 and explore again.
I think chat should move 3 and reveal.
Chat doesn't really need to draw cards. You guys declined drawing cards last turn, so maybe you want to leapfrog me and reveal so that I can move.
The only shitty part here is, based on what we have right now, the gate's just going to move further away from you guys. Based on what we have now. Oh no! It's net because yellow's also moving the same amount.
Yeah. But what direction is the that one going? Please tell me they're going in the directions that
same
are
direction, same direction.
Wait, same. They should be opposite.
Oh, yellow is really hard to tell.
Sorry.
Yeah, opposite by one.
But it's opposite apart, isn't it?
Well, yeah. It has to be apart.
Well, I meant like it could have been if it was clockwise red and counterclockwise yellow. That'd be really good.
Oh, counterclockwise red. Clockwise
Right.
red.
So it is going to get farther away by one.
By one.
But it's only one, so it's fine. I think. Because chat doesn't really have enough moves to kill these guys. Actually, you do. 1, reveal, that's 2, move 3. So the other option is you could kill these 2 Minotaurs, or you could help me find the card that we need. Which I'm not actually that sold on. I might just stay here and draw cards. Hey, Cynthia! Welcome! Games from Bama!
Bama, there's no donuts here.
There are cookies, though. Right here. Cookie. And see, Cynthia, they're perfectly cooked. So, Cynthia, we're playing a co-op space prison escape game. There's donuts at Cafe X.
You should
What?
bring them here.
Bring them here. Lady J Dove, where are the waffles?
Waffles are upstairs.
The waffles are upstairs. We just ate waffles a couple hours ago. So, for those of you who are just joining us, we're playing the Daedalus Sentence, which is a co-op space prison escape game. And in this game,
Sam dies.
Sam has been captured. That's a thing that happened. But in this game, we are trying to escape from the center, and we all made it out to the outer ring, and then Sam got captured. Games from Bama tried to gift you the sub when they got home. And so Sam is back here in the center, and we are trying to find our way back in to rescue him. We have underneath us here the Theseus board, which tells us what the game is going to do each turn. And the top row indicates rotations of the board's different rings, and the bottom row indicates the guard patrols moving in certain rings. In this case, it's really bad because the Minotaur cards indicate spawning more enemies on the board. So that's a thing. That's what's going on. Chat, you are this red character here, Clay the Brawler. So you have been making decisions for what Clay does. Since Sam is captured, he's helping you right now. Hey, Modest Merrill, what's up? Welcome.
Whoa.
Yes, chat, you get to play. So if you want to know what you can do, Mike, hopefully you can fill them in on some of their options so they can help you decide things. We can also go through it in a little bit more detail here and there if Sam wants to explain a few of the options. But it sounded like...
Do stuff.
Sam's eyes lit up with love, it's true. It sounded like Mike wanted chat to move 1, explore, move again, and then kill these. You have 4 actions available per turn, so that would be all 4 of your actions. I am actually just going to draw because I have crappy cards and I need to be able to kill stuff. And I'm on the research station, which allows me to draw 2 cards with a single action, when normally it costs 2 actions to draw 1 card. So I got a crappy draw. But being able to manipulate blue seems useful, so I might get rid of these yellows. Or the yellow and the green.
Yeah, yellow and green.
Yeah. So I'm going to get rid of this yellow and green card, which are slightly less useful for reasons I'm sure you don't understand right now,
Draw
but will
2.
become more clear. Hey, Ian Allen 30, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 more. With the turn of the board, this would bring the gate we need. It's true. If we're going in opposite directions and the gate is going this way, it would actually bring you closer to kill these. A little bit.
It's worth doing just because
Get them off the board.
We're getting them off the board. The only problem is if you spawn a creature here, then rip that plant.
Yeah, we're gonna spawn it here, but
No, I'm saying 1, 2,
yes. Then
kill, and then you wouldn't have the ability.
So here's the question: is where are these spots going to end after all the board rotations?
It's gonna go 3 counterclockwise.
1, 2, 3, and then
one
one
pop
back. So they're not in danger of getting spawned on top of.
Correct.
So even
No. But that's at the end. You've got 3 spawn. You've got at least 2 spawns where you could get a Loctite, and then 2 that you won't.
Okay, but even then, chat wouldn't be here. They would be here, and they'd be safe. Things would just spawn next to them and not move.
Correct.
So, chat, if you want to do the aggro play, you will not die from the board movements.
Yeah.
just
That being
to make
said,
clear.
you can't kill through event, can you?
Huh?
You can't kill through event.
No, you cannot kill through event. They could. Actually, I don't. Let me double check that. I don't think you can. Eliminating guards. You cannot eliminate guards through a wall, closed gate, or vent duct.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do it and reveal. It's another event. I think that okay. So reveal will cost 1. Move
Oh,
cost.
wow. We did something slightly wrong.
What do we do?
This is a wall. We don't have any on the 2 inner rings, so we never noticed it before. But this is a wall, and it's way too late to retcon now.
Yeah.
But from now on, let us denote that this is a wall and we cannot pass through it. These are walls that we cannot pass through. It is my bad for not noticing that earlier.
Wait. So like, how would we have even like? This is game over based on this setup?
No, it would have been, we would have had to go back in and wait for things to rotate and then try and explore back out again.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This game sucks.
So that is why this seemed a little bit easier until you got captured, is because we forgot about the walls. It's
Okay.
still going to be really hard after this, but just keep that in mind.
I think we're gonna pitch a Minotaur and kill these 2.
Yeah, yep, because the Minotaur can kill them both.
All right.
All right, oh, you found event, nice. I'm going to keep drawing with my last action because I need better cards, and I got crap, which also means that I've probably donated more Minotaur cards to Theseus.
Thanks. Good job.
I'm going to ditch this yellow 2 because I already have one, and I'm going to ditch this blue 2, or blue 1 because I already have one. That was garbage.
All right. Minotaur spawn.
Green. Minotaur spawns on green. Lady J Dove and Games from Bama, welcome to the table. Thank you so much. So green spawns here, right?
Yep.
Um,
Luckily, green guard rotation 1 clockwise. Oh fuck me.
now that's bad because we might create a Loctite.
Yep.
Um,
Okay. Red ring spawn counterclockwise 3.
1, 2, 3. Hey, it's come to you, kind of. What's next?
Minotaur spawn.
Minotaur spawns. They kitty prided it, yeah. Yeah, we cheated a little bit. It's okay. It's a co-op game. We're playing easy mode the first time. It's green.
Rip.
Okay, so for those of you who aren't following this, when you spawn guards, you draw a card, and based on the color, you spawn it in that ring directly out from the cell of the same color. So since the green cell that Sam is in is here, we spawn it out in one of these 2, and it always goes to the most counterclockwise one, which is here, which would normally spawn a Minotaur here. However, the rule is, if there are ever 3 Minotaurs in the same space, you remove them all, and they become a Loctite Scientist, which is not only harder to kill, but also much smarter.
Okay.
Now, every board rotates 1. Tell me which direction.
So green's counterclockwise.
Okay.
Yellow clockwise. Red counterclockwise.
Oops. Wow.
Blue.
Well planned.
Blue clockwise. Well, we
I
still
know.
have more.
I know.
Blue clockwise.
Blue clockwise.
Okay. Boom.
Okay.
Minotaur spawn.
Minotaur spawns yellow. Wait, did they just get... Oh my god. How did we mess that up?
I don't.
How did we mess that up? We messed it up. Whoops. Chat, you just got captured. Blame Sam, 100%.
Whoa.
Minotaur spawn here. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to do... Oh, wait, you got captured by a What did you get captured by?
A Minotaur.
We
We didn't have any lactates on those.
It was this Minotaur?
Sure.
Oh no, I didn't put one on the board. Whenever a Minotaur captures you, you remove it.
Okay.
Lactates don't. So I'm removing the Minotaur that just captured chat. Well, chat, you're in the center. Hopefully I don't die getting to you. I have nothing to fight with, so this
Don't
is
blame
gonna
me.
suck. What just happened now?
First die.
Yellow away. Crap. This is bad, chat. This is real bad. And then we're going to spawn one more Minotaur, right? What happened?
The hive spawns one additional Minotaur at the start of every planning phase. Spawn this Minotaur as if it was the result of a Theseus board.
Which, the planning phase is what is about to come up next. But you need one more spawn, correct? For that last card?
Yeah.
Oh no, 2 Minotaurs. We might have lost chat. I blame Sam for getting caught.
Nope. Blame Jordan.
Oh crap! I think when we draw a Lactate card, regardless of how many guard cards we already have, I think we just spawn a Lactate.
Alright. So I know Jordan likes to blame me for things. Let's remember this. As someone who spent a lot of time in Vegas, he drew 2 cards. Had he not drawn those 2 cards, the result would have been different.
Yes.
So, with perfect play, he would not have drawn the cards, and we would not be fucked.
Alright, so we have 2 Lactates. I don't think there's time to start a new round. But I will try to save you all, chat. I'm probably going to fail, but I'm going to spend...
Alright, Minotaur spawn.
Yes, so Minotaur spawn... Oh wait, so now 2 Minotaurs are spawning because we just drew a Minotaur card.
In red.
In red. 2 Minotaurs just spawn in red, which puts them there. Yeah, go ahead. And then Sam puts out the Theseus board. Once he does that,
Not
I'm
even
going to
reduce.
draw cards because my cards suck for combat.
Oh my god. 3 spawns.
Yeah, this game doesn't take as long. Yeah, hour-long game, yes, is about right. But,
Yeah, it's about an hour-long game because we're about to lose.
but we're playing with chat, so it takes a little bit more time. Sorry, what's the board rotation?
A lot of blue rotation, 1 green board rotation.
So
A lot
literally,
of spawns.
and then a red guard rotation.
A red card.
So literally, I should just get cards because
Well, you get cards, and then if you get something you can kill these with, you should kill them.
I can't get in there. Is there a vent? Oh, there is a vent, but I can't kill through vents. And they're
Oh,
not going to
shit.
move off of it. So the only way in is here.
Okay.
So I think I'm just going to draw. I'm going to stock up on cards that I can
Well,
kill
actually,
stuff
hold
with.
on. I know we just flipped them, but give me.
Oh, I could mess with the Theseus board, is what you're saying?
Nope, you can't, because I'm dead.
I can't mess with the bottom row. I can mess with the top row to bring the gate closer to me, if we found one.
Yeah.
But I
So-
think I need the cards.
You
I
need
need the cards.
You need the cards.
So I'm going to go ahead and
Oh, you should keep the Minotaur.
keep the Minotaur, and I'm going to keep the red because I think manipulating red is good. And I'm going to get rid of the 3 blue because that would not be as effective. I think.
Alright, so I think you need to move 1,
Yes.
spawn the room, and then hide if you have to.
Nothing's moving in yellow this turn. And yellow can't spawn on me. So I don't even need to hide. So I think I'm
Wow.
going to spend another turn drawing
Okay.
first. And then probably do something like that.
That's the last 2.
So I'm going to go ahead and draw these 2. They're crap. They're exactly the same cards I already have, so I just discard them. Worthless. I'm actually going to just draw again, I think. I need cards, and this is the only thing I can card. It's only a ton of pieces in that the game gives you enough enemy miniatures to put out. It's not that bad. I have this gate. I could... Oh, that's useless. You can open this gate for free from the outside, I think. But it doesn't matter right now. It's how we would retcon our cheating earlier, would be opening that gate for free from the outside.
Go
Because
ahead
of the
and
wall.
just draw 2.
Alright. 1, 2. So I draw. I'm using a third action to draw. I got a Minotaur card and a green card, which I'm not keeping. I think the red is slightly more useful.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. These are here. I think I should just draw again and try and stock up, honestly. Because I don't know which direction to move until I see the next Theseus board.
All right.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So if you want to give me 2 more cards.
Just consider my shuffling at an end.
Crap.
All right. Blue clockwise 2.
Ugh, I feel like I'm that guy from Whose Line, Colin Mockery. This is crap.
Spawn a Minotaur.
Spawn a Minotaur in blue. Our chances of me saving everyone are very low.
Blue rotate 2.
Okay.
Counterclockwise. Spawn a Minotaur.
When do we get cards again after we're released? Yes. You will have to go get cards after you're released, if I can save you. Spawning a Minotaur. Yellow. So here? That's okay for now.
Blue clockwise rotate 3.
They're just dancing around you. It's like the guards are having a party ball around the cells.
Triple Loctite spawn.
Oh my god.
They're just hanging out.
I hope if we get a blue rotate, I need to get rid of it.
Yeah. Green. Overall rotate 1 counterclockwise.
Okay. And guards, I think.
Guard rotate red 2 clockwise.
Okay.
I'll start moving too.
Thank you. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. That Loctite concerns me. I mean, the gate is clear for now, but wow. All right, so first spawn a guard with that first card, which
2 guards.
was a Minotaur, so we're about to spawn 2 cards.
Where'd the card go?
Being a brawler sucks. I mean, it's awesome, but it's in front of your chute.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we drew a Minotaur, and we're spawning 2 in green. Red, sorry. Which is where? Here? No, here, counterclockwise.
Oh,
Which means
wait. What happens?
we don't have any Loctite.
We don't have any Loctite left.
Which means it just becomes a group of 3 until we have Loctite again.
Oh, rip.
But we're almost out of miniatures. Sadly, they're all in the center, almost.
Okay, Minotaur. Lock.
This is actually good because we can't spawn them. That blue guard rotation could
2 blue guard rotations. We're dead.
We're probably dead.
We're probably dead.
I need to move. I need to find a. Oh wait, I can't even manipulate it because you're captured.
You can't.
We're dead. Well, we're not dead, but we're basically dead.
We're just gonna play quick because
All right.
we're pretty sure we're dead.
So I'm gonna move 1.
Reveal.
Spend another 1 revealing. Is that the one I can use?
That is the one you can use.
Control room.
Yeah.
Is there anything I want from that?
No. I mean, I guess the Loctite card.
Yeah, I need the Loctite card to kill stuff. So I'm gonna move again. Is there anything that could kill me?
I mean, this turn, no.
Yeah, because yellow could not spawn on me, and they're gonna run, and we're gonna move this way at the end. Okay.
Correct.
So I'm gonna give up.
Yeah. You.
No. I want this one.
Yeah.
For the Loctite. Okay, I need it to fight. I'm coming for you, chat. That was all my actions, so let's go ahead and speed through Theseus.
Minotaur spawn.
Minotaur spawn. Our last Minotaur spawns on blue. God damn it.
Loctite can't spawn. Red rotate 2 clockwise, counterclockwise.
Okay. 1, 2. Wow, the gate's just running away from me, chat.
Blue guard rotation, counterclockwise 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Minotaurs first. All right.
Actually, that's a gap.
What's a gap? That's really bad because now all those Loctite are on the gate, which means their next move is going to be to come out a ring.
We're red.
Actually, it could allow me to dodge them,
Yeah, okay.
but yeah.
Red clockwise 1.
Okay. That guy fell off. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take a token to indicate that these. That's a gate. Here. I'm just going to put this token here to indicate that is a group. It doesn't really matter.
Red, guard rotation.
Guard rotation 3 clockwise.
Yeah.
So
3, 1, 2, 3.
oh man, that Lactate's almost got to me. Okay, yellow
That's not good.
1, and then blue.
Yellow 2.
Oh, 2, sorry. And then blue, this is bad. So blue rotate 3 counterclockwise. So I'm going to do Minotaurs first. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And these 2 Minotaurs that were in this group go 1, 2, 3. These guys go 1, 2, 3. So we literally have a group of 3 Lactates that are probably going to destroy me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Yay, we spawned 3 Minotaurs, except we can't. Man, you guys are so... We're so dead, chat. All right.
No red rotations.
What about yellow? Yellows are going to rotate towards me, so I have to kill him. I can't end here or here unless I can kill him.
Yeah.
Which I can't do this turn.
Yeah.
So I need to... Where's the red gate? The red gate is right there. Wait, how are yellow's going to rotate away? Is red ring rotating at all?
No.
So if yellow's going to rotate 3 that way, I should probably just run all the way back. Right?
For what?
If yellow's going to go 3 this way and I can run 6 this way, I could end up almost in front of the gate while this guy runs away from me. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 2.
2, you want to draw?
I don't think so. I'm just making sure that I want to reveal this space, I think. I just want to make sure it won't kill me. And I don't think it will.
It literally can't. We have nothing to spawn.
Oh yeah, there's nothing to spawn. So yeah, I'm just going to do 2, and then I'm going to reveal this. Cool.
Okay.
I might use that later.
All right. Blue counterclockwise 1.
Okay.
Yellow clockwise people 1.
Okay.
Spawn Minotaur.
Does nothing.
Green guards clockwise 1.
Green guards clockwise 1. Okay.
Yellow clockwise 3.
1. Look at this plan come into fruition. And reds aren't going to move, which means I have an opening.
Yellow clockwise guards 1.
I think I have an opening.
Yes.
We could do this, chat. Get that hope so that everyone get your hopes up so they can be dashed together when I eventually die.
Green counterclockwise guards
2.
No. Board 2.
Okay.
And then
Green.
Clockwise guards 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. All right.
Spawn.
Nice.
No Minotaur spawn.
I want more Minotaur cards on that board though.
There we go.
Actually, it doesn't matter because I'm about to kill them, so we're actually going to spawn them. That could be bad. Okay, what red or blue or yellow rotations do I care about?
You got, so the first set is 2 green rotations, so nothing. Then you've got 2 spawns.
Okay. Which
think you're
yellow
okay.
here, red here, blue I don't care about right now. Okay.
Then you're gonna get a red red physical ring rotation.
1 this way. Okay.
And
What direction is red and blue going on that card? For guard rotations. I really care about red and yellow, I guess.
red is red is counterclockwise, yellow is clockwise.
So, if I end my turn here, these 2 are going to walk into me, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I can do that. I can kill them with my Lactate. It's okay. And then what else is coming up? What's after that?
Okay.
Yellow ring rotation, which I won't care about. What's our last guard rotation?
Red guard rotation clockwise 2.
So I will die if I end on this spot.
No.
Yes, because this Loctite... Oh! They're going to go 1 this way and then 2 this... I would have to kill all 5 of these.
Which you can.
Yes, because I have 3 actions. And then I'm just going to have to go draw cards later. But I can... where am I going to end and where am I going to end on the board? The red is going to go 1 this way, right? So I would be here.
Yeah.
Which means I'm safe from spawns.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing it. So that's 1 action to move 2. Then an action to spend a Loctite card to kill those 3. And 2 more actions to spend 2 Minotaur cards. So I'm spending all 3 of these cards with 3 actions to kill 5 Minotaurs. We're doing it, chat! Wait, do we ignore the wall again?
No.
Oh. To get here. Whatever.
Alright, we're already in hot water. No more walls. The walls are broken.
Well, let's make this promise. We will not ignore the walls on our way back out if we survive to get that far.
Okay, fine.
Because we are already almost about to lose. We'll just make
Jordan's
that decision.
adrenaline means he can phase through walls.
Yeah. I'm that fast.
Okay.
Okay.
That's turn.
All right, so tell me what's happening.
Green clockwise rotation 1.
Okay.
Green people counterclockwise rotation 1.
Okay. Now we do real Minotaur spawns, so we need to shuffle all of this.
We're already out again.
We're already out of cards because, yeah. We're about to spawn 2 of these Minotaurs back again. So I'm just going to give you those 2 cards really quick so that you can play out the rest of the Theseus while I'm shuffling. The Flash. I am the Flash. That's exact. Yep. I'm Audrey the Flash. All right. Draw 2. Okay. About to spawn 2 Minotaurs somewhere. Please don't draw a white card, Sam. I probably just jinxed it. Green. That's not great. Oh wait, we don't have any Loctates. But that, it's going to convert to a Loctite once I kill them. Okay. Spawn the next Minotaur. Oh my god, Sam just drew you guys can't see it, but Sam just drew another Minotaur card.
Rigged.
Alright.
Who's shuffling these?
I barely shuffled yet.
Yellow.
Alright, so 2 spawn in yellow. Yep. And now that takes care of your 2 spawns, and you can keep doing that while I shuffle. These would all be in the discard because we would have had to shuffle. So what was that? It was a red clockwise. Alright, what's happening here?
Okay, so just 1. Green is counterclockwise.
Oh yeah, it's a guard rotation. Am I sure I didn't kill myself? Oh, okay. Yeah, they're moving away from me. Here, we'll start with these. Well, it's 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Okay. Yellow 2. We have a chance, chat, except I'm out of cards and I don't know where I can go to draw. I might have to leave the ring again. But I mean, it helped. I killed them and they respawned outer, which makes it easier for me to get inner. So what I did helped even though it cost me all my cards. Alright, first we spawn a guard. It's yellow! That's... I think we just died.
Why?
I can't get out now. So if you draw anything that moves the guards in red, I'm dead.
Well, you can draw a card.
Oh yeah, I could draw 1 card and then possibly get out. We may completely be dead, chat. Oh my god, a Loctite spawn. Did you just get a red guard rotation?
I did.
So basically we get 1 shot, otherwise the game's over. Because that is a counterclockwise red, which these 3 Loctates would just come and murder me. I'm spending 2 actions. If it is not a guard card, we are dead.
That's not 100% true.
What? This could be event.
Won't matter. You don't optimize by drawing. Or by not drawing.
Oh, you're right, because I could...
If there's a guy there, you're screwed. You're screwed.
I can't
anyway.
use my ability to get through vents. So I have to either draw or flip. I cannot do both.
I mean, I think we should just let you do both, just in case.
Heart of the cards.
No. You can phase through walls.
I can phase through walls.
You can
I can
phase
phase
through
through vents.
You can phase through vents.
That's right. We said we were going to not cheat once I get to the center.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, chat.
Flip it.
Ah!
No!
All right, so there's still a good chance that we lose if this is not event. If it's event, we're going to take the serendipity and let me move through it.
Yeah.
If it's not event, we're dead.
Yeah.
We're going to create event out of thin air.
And
It's a gate! Which means we for sure lose. I run into the group of latte. Let it be known that Sam got captured first.
Yo, that's true.
I didn't lose it for us.
And then Sam helped chat get captured.
Jordan drew too many cards, like that greedy guy.
We're all drawing cards. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
We've lost, but that's okay because a good co-op game, you should lose.
No, not playing again.
You should lose more often in a good co-op game. So that's fine. What is it Slaughter always says? She wants to lose 75% of the time in a co-op game. I think that's about right. Maybe 60%. I definitely want to lose more than 50% of the time. Will Fence, I would love to play again. Unfortunately, it is late enough that we can't do another game. However, if you all had fun and we had fun, we can definitely bring this game back on stream again. We do favorite streams around once a month. We put out polls on Twitter, so we'll
Potentially
probably...
a weekend stream.
Yeah, potentially a weekend stream. Maybe we'll bring it back. So if you want to play again, go in Discord. Let us know that you would want to play again. We will put it on a future poll so you can vote to bring it back. If you're not in the Discord, type !Discord and hop in with us. We announce all of our upcoming games on that, and we actually have a special announcement for you about our upcoming games here in a bit.
We do?
That the producer will stealthily get ready because we definitely didn't tell you that he's doing something. But yeah, jump in Discord.
Where's that thing?
It's in Drive, under the correct folder.
Okay.
Yeah. We talk about upcoming Kickstarters. We just talk about games that we're playing. If y'all are backing a Kickstarter, let us know. Yeah, I agree, Mike. More players is great. This game handles 1 to 4 normally. The idea is that there are 5 choices of characters, but you only play 4 of them at once. There is a 5-player variant where 1 player plays the Hive, and they get this special Lacte Scientist card, or Lacte Scientist character that can move. It should be.
What is it?
Oh, it's the one on the far right. That one. Yep. Yes, you can play up to 5 players. We would love to play with more players in the future. We could technically have had Sam and I play 2 characters each, but that wouldn't have left chat with a character, and would have made things really complicated to track. I think it plays really well regardless of the number of characters, because with 2 players, you get a lot more actions, but you still have to get them both out. And if one of you gets captured, it gets really hard really quick, which I think is a great balancing factor.
Agreed.
Let's talk quickly about this game. I've played this game before, but I'll definitely offer some comments. But I do want Sam's thoughts and chat, because you played tonight. We want your comments as well, so put them in chat. So the first question is, what do you think about the component quality and artwork of the game?
Component quality, I think, is pretty good. I'm very, very surprised by how well this rotates.
Yeah.
It seems to work very well. The rotation seems like a janky mechanic, but this makes it pretty easy to follow. I like that.
Do you want to give them the close-up really quick of this camera? So that we can show them the miniatures and some of the board stuff?
Sure.
There we go. So, some cool miniatures here. They're pretty detailed, actually.
They're detailed, but what I don't like about them, this seems pretty scary.
This does not look scary.
I mean, it's the weakest guard, but he has these crazy tentacle
facial
things.
expression.
Yeah, they could have done the facial expression. He actually has kind of like this Phantom of the Opera mask thing going on.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
The Lactes, I think, look scary.
Yeah.
They're these like serpent things, and they're scientists, so they have a cool lab coat, which is a nice detail.
Cards are good.
I want to give you guys the close-up of the board again so you can see how the rotations happen. So in order to keep you from like accidentally stopping in the wrong spot, they have these little grooves that you can see in the hole, so you can feel it with your finger when you've gone exactly one space and track the movements, which I think was really smart. And the fact that it's an indent down means that it doesn't get caught when you're rotating.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Escape pod 6.
Escape pod, yeah, I mean, escape pod is hard. So I think the colors are nice. It feels space station-y.
I do have a complaint.
Yeah.
My major complaint is until you really get used to it, it's really hard to understand what these things are because of the way they've drawn them, right? So like the stuff is all on the side to make room in the middle for you to stand, but then it makes it less like. So when we were first spawning in blue, I couldn't tell what things were because of course
You were standing
my
on
eyes my eyes went to the middle, and I didn't understand that all the stuff's on the side. It's not in the middle.
What do you mean stuff's on the side?
So you see, like, this hive, it's not in the, like, this area. So I'm looking at this area thinking, where's the stuff?
Oh,
Then
you
I see
mean
it on
it's
the
on the... So you're saying, like, the fact that the... what the room is on the outside of the tile messed with you? Because...
Yeah, to be honest, I would have been perfectly fine if the entire tile was the room.
I guess, so, yeah, I think having the entire tile be the room would be fine. I do think it makes some amount of sense to say, like, if there's a character standing on it, if you have it here and there's something on the inside, the characters are more likely to block it, but if you line them up on the inside, then you can see the edge of the tile outside of the people.
Yep.
I understand why they did it. I agree. I would have been okay with them doing the whole room, but maybe they wanted to tie it all together so it looked like a corridor, I guess. I do like how the rooms are slightly different.
Why is one of these different?
That's the variant that I pulled out to show them where a player can be the enemy, and they get this character that they can move around independently of Theseus, I think. Yeah, some of the rooms are a little hard to distinguish. That said, I actually kind of liked that, like, the hatcheries... maybe they are. Are all the hatcheries the same? Yeah, they are. Okay, they're just different sizes. At least the rooms aren't, like, unique within a type. They look exactly the same artwork-wise. So if I can pull this one around into the camera. So, like, these two are the same image, just at a slightly different size. Having labels on them could have been cool, though the rooms are kind of small, and in order to label them, the text would have had to be pretty small. Having a small, unique symbol for each room could have been nice.
Yeah.
I would have liked that.
Cool. This board is okay.
Yeah, that board was fine. The stock for all the board pieces is nice and thick. They don't feel flimsy at all. But yeah, I agree that, like, finding a way to label them with, like, a unique icon would have been really nice. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing. Let's talk about learning curve. Since you're playing it for the first time, chat, I know it was a little bit harder for you playing for the first time and learning it remotely without being here, but feel free to chime in on the learning curve.
I mean, I'll say this right off the bat. Jordan explained the game in like 5 minutes. And progressing through the game and understanding how things unlocked made it pretty easy. So I thought the learning curve was like, there wasn't much of a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's easy to pick up on the game. I think the things that could have potentially improved the strategy if I had known them is, I know what the odds of the cards are. I knew how many doors there potentially were. Like, I didn't know the 0 door existed. Like, maybe I would have searched for it. But other than that, I thought the learning curve was quite manageable.
Okay. I will say that having had to learn this game without a teacher and then having had to teach it, one thing is that the rulebook itself is very verbose, which is it's verbose for a reason, but there's like, here's where they start explaining what you can do, and then here's where they finish explaining all of the things that can that was like let's see, this is where phase 2 starts for player actions. So it's 1, 2, 3 full pages plus a little bit of the other 2 pages just to explain player actions in full with all of the text that explains all of the different use cases, and then another basically 3, almost 3.5 pages to explain how the game works. So when you're playing for the first time, there's a lot to read through and it feels a little overwhelming. I appreciate you saying that like my explanation of it in like 5 minutes felt really easy. I think that is a thing. You can boil this game down, and this detailed play summary does do a pretty decent job of that. But you kind of, like, some of the stuff that is explained in the extra text in the rule book is things you need at least one person to know so they can be like, oh, well, this is how drawing an extra Minotaur card while spawning a Minotaur actually works, because it's not on here, right? And so this game is definitely easier to explain and learn if one person has played before. It's a 23-page rulebook, so it's a little bit verbose, but it's a one-time upfront cost once at least one person knows how to play the game. I think the learning curve and understanding the game is really easy. It's just you have to do a lot of reading the first time. Okay, so let's talk about depth and breadth of strategy. What did you think of that, Sam?
It was good. I think the fact that the mechanics were very clean and it was easy to like come back through and like you didn't get screwed later on with the shuffling. That's kind of cool. I think the way the game piles up is a little like.
In terms of like more and more enemies.
Like the only thing I didn't like is if you really look at how we played the game, had we not unluckily gotten me spawned on a tile that like could capture me in one go, we probably would have won.
Yes.
And honestly, that could have just been solved by looking a little bit ahead.
Yeah, if we had not like, we basically got really excited about you being able to do a cool move where you moved a bunch and then killed stuff, and we forgot to look at the spawn. That one turn, the one turn it mattered. We looked at the spawn every other turn except the one turn it mattered. Thanks for stopping by, Dr. Maturin. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you on stream with us very soon. Also, Giorgio Felicio, welcome to the table. Thanks for that follow. Okay. Is there anything we didn't cover in our post-game review? I guess chat. Sam, would you want to play this game again?
I think the answer is yes, but I'd be really curious, like, if now that we know what's going on, whether we would like have taken different things at different precautions and played it a little bit safer. Like, there is a version of this game because there's no real like bounded time constraint that we could have just made sure we cleared every level before going to the next one. So we could have. There is a way to play this game safe that requires like little to no escalation. That being said, that's maybe where like the enhanced mechanics of the game could make it more difficult.
I also think that if you play it overly safe like you're describing, you do potentially run the risk of eventually spawning too many enemies. Because like you could spawn enemies in the outer rings where you can't deal with them, and they could eventually start building up.
Yeah, right? But if you're clearing each ring as you go. Or are you saying because we didn't get spawns? Right.
So like if you in order to play the game the way you're describing, you would not only have to clear each ring as you go, you would have to also have people stationed at the communications array and control rooms, making sure that you're always swapping out cards to prevent like a Loctite spawning behind you or spawns on the outside. Yeah. It seems theoretically possible, but I think there is a potential that if you some of the spawns get away from you, you eventually just have a bunch outside that are hard to deal with, and you would probably just get bored of playing that slow of a game. The last thing I did want to talk about, which I just remembered, is replayability. So each of these rings gets dealt randomly face down. You don't know what order they're in, including the cells get dealt face up, but they're still random. So even the where on the circle that the different guard spawns are changes every game. There for the red, yellow, and green rings, there were 2 tiles each that we did not play with. So we lost a vent and a communications array and some other stuff. So there are 4 tiles that have a symbol in the corner for each of these 3 rings, and you shuffle them and remove 2. So this freebie gate is one of them. So it may or may, you can't actually guarantee that there's going to be a free gate in that ring. It could come up. So there's a lot of replayability in terms of the layout of the board. There's a lot of replayability in terms of you're shuffling cards and drawing them at random for Theseus. And then beyond all of that, there is, I've alluded to this a couple times, but there are rules for difficulty enhancers to play future games of this. The first one is called there's a faulty algorithm in Theseus, and you play with the game, you deal the cards to Theseus face down, and then at the start of the playing phase, you roll a 6-sided die to determine how many of them in order to reveal face up. And you can't see the face down ones unless you spend cards with that symbol that we talked about, this white symbol in the corner, which are data packets, and the spent data packets allow you to reveal more of the cards.
That's cool.
And then there's another one where just simply instead of playing with all of the players' cards face up, everyone has a private hand. They can tell people what they have, but it's easier if you can see it. It's just a minor one. There's one where there's an app for this game, and the app one of the things that you can do in the app is set a 1-hour timer for the whole game. So you can avoid the slow play.
I like how you need an app to set a 1-hour timer.
I mean, I'm sure there are other things that the app does. I haven't tried the app, but there's one where you roll there's another timer one where you, at the start of each player planning phase, you roll a die and it tells you how much time you have for that turn.
That's cool.
And the amount of time you have to decide your actions changes every turn. That's really cool to help when people have analysis paralysis. Like Cynthia.
Not in this game.
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, who's Cynthia?
Yeah, I've seen her around.
Yeah, forever, right? It's no. The next one is called Rolling Lockdowns, which is another thing that the app can run, but you don't have to. You have a die result that will either spawn a Minotaur or disable one of the locations for the turn. Ooh. So there's like a certain type of location that just can't be used. And in this one, you can also some of these, you can discard data packets to re-roll the die that is determining the thing for you. There's one that is the first variable timer one that I was the planning phase.
All right.
Yeah, there's like ones where you can't speak for a certain amount of time. Anyways, a lot of different replayability because of the difficulty settings that make the game harder.
It does feel like with that level of replayability, there's an expectation that base game is potentially not as hard as it could be.
Yes. I mean, we almost got out very easily. Yeah. Even if we had remembered to deal with walls, I think we still would have gotten out pretty easily if we had remembered to not let Sam get captured. Yeah. So, yes, there is an expectation that the base game is maybe hard the first time you play, but once you've played it maybe 2 or 3 times, you'll be like, all right, we've got it down, we know the strategy, etc. Mm-hmm. Which I think is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
A game that allows you to progressively get harder as you get more competent at it is great.
Yep.
So that's the game. This is the Daedalus sentence. And let's see. What do we have coming up? Yes, so you may see below chat our schedule for the month where we had announced. I'm just going to put this here so that it can show up for chat. We had announced for chat that we were going to do a co-op theme month. Last week we played Mysterium. This week we played Daedalus Sentence. Next week we announced we were going to play Battle for Greyport's Pirates. And the week after that, we're going to promote the very recently released game Tiny Epic Zombies, which is shipping to Kickstarters now and should be at retail soon. However, we have a special announcement to make, which is that Slugfest Games, the makers of Battle for Greyport, are going to be launching an upcoming Kickstarter that adds new characters to Red Dragon Inn, and they are going to be here in person next week to show us their new characters, which are Ohava and Murgoth?
Yes.
Yes, it's Ohava versus Murgoth. So Sam from Slugfest Games, who you've seen on our RDI 7 stream, RDI Munchkin, and the Battle for Greyport Pirates Kickstarter stream, will be back here with us live on stream, we hope, in order to play the new characters that they're making for this upcoming Kickstarter, which we will have more information about on the stream. So, slight change in plans, but we're swapping out a great Slugfest game for another great Slugfest game, and we hope you all are as excited as we are. We don't know yet about any sort of giveaway. However, we do have a giveaway to announce.
What we do?
Yes, which is that in 3 weeks, when we play Tiny Epic Zombies, we will be giving away at least one copy of Tiny Epic Zombies, either live on stream or through a Gleam, both of which we've done in the past, so you all are familiar with how those work, unless you are new to the stream, in which case, make sure to tune in next week or in 2 weeks, and we will have more information about how that is going to work. So that's what we got coming up. We got Slugfest Games coming here in person to promote their upcoming Kickstarter for new characters for Red Dragon Inn series. And then we have a launch celebration for Tiny Epic Zombies. If you aren't familiar with the Tiny Epic series, it's
awesome.
It's an amazing series. They come in, it's games that come in a box that's about maybe this big, right?
It's tiny and epic.
And it is meant to, the reason they call it Tiny Epic is that it is it plays like a complex, normal sized box game in a very small package. You've seen us play other games from this series on the stream before if you've been around long enough. We've played Tiny Epic Galaxies and Tiny Epic Western. And at some point we're going to bring out the expansion for Tiny Epic Galaxies because I have that. And so this will be our third game, which is Tiny Epic Zombies, which is the first co-op game in the series, I believe. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up. As always, thank you all for sticking around and joining us today. I've been wanting to stream the Daedalus Sentence for a really, really long time, and I'm really glad that I think it was a couple weeks ago you all expressed interest in checking it out as well. We hope you enjoyed it. Seemed like you enjoyed it enough that we should bring it back again in the future, so let us know on Discord if you want to see it in a future favorites poll. And we're going to go ahead and send you all to some good friends of ours, the 20 Side of Life. So go check them out with this raid. We will see you all very soon. Give them some love. Let them know where you came from. We will see you all next week for RDI's new characters. Bye!